defense than offense this year. Was one of the guys there along with Noah Darby.
Just a little zone read there, reading the defensive end, gave it off and pick up a nice game. They got the first down.
And that is our first down of the ball game. Our first down is brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. First down and 10 now at the 31-yard line. And now it's Tobias Gordon taking the snap. And Gordon running up the middle, and then a host of white jerseys bring him down after a gain of just a couple of yards. For Teurlings Catholic defensively, Harrison Johnson, Matt Davis, Reed Broussard, the linebacker, Carter Maka, Jackson Broussard, Talon Aber, and Sept Miller are your linebackers. Chandler Hewlin, Kaleb Daniels is a really good one in that defensive secondary, along with Caden Chavis and then Noah Darby. Second down and 8. Randall Antoine is the offensive coordinator for Westgate.
Our Teurlings defense will have their hands full. They've got to keep the quarterback under control and make sure they don't let none of those backs get outside with the speed that they've got.
Bart Vitt is the defensive coordinator for Teurlings. Another run up the middle. Flag flies in front of the Teurlings sideline. And
the thing of it is, the surprise at quarterback for Westgate, changing quarterbacks in Minnesota, that's a little shocking.
Well, let's send it down to Derry Beckwith. Derry's got an update for us about Jaboree Antoine.
Yes, I don't think Jaboree Antoine will play at all tonight. He has a right knee brace on that knee. I'm not sure what the extent of the injury is, but Jaboree Antoine is a scratch tonight, so we'll see how this Westgate offense handles it without him.
Well, as they handled it for 7 games last week, and Leon was the quarterback a season ago. And so he's lined up out there. There's some movement there on the Teurlings left side of the line.
They get the defense being offsides. That's the call.
Well, we talked about it. Both of these teams were hit with a bunch of penalties last week. Westgate, in their 39-28 win over Lafayette Christian, the Tigers were penalized 17 times. Yep, there's Jaboree Antoine right there. No-go for tonight's football game.
We'll see how much that changes their offense. So, Jeff, I mean, they rely on this guy to get a lot of things offensively for him on the ground with his speed. And with him not being there, we'll see how much it changes it.
They throw it out to Joshua John. He's got a head of steam. And then the Rebels quickly close in on him as a couple defenders come up and make the tackle on him. Caden Chavis was one of them.
This play looked like it was wide open. Going to go for a big gain. Good job of Teurling defense just running to the football. Remember, we talked about them gang tackling. They've got to get 4 or 5 hats to the ball on defense every time.
Grayson Fontenot also in on that tackle. So Bryant Leon, your quarterback here tonight. And then Tobias Gordon is the running back. Davian Jackson, number 1. He is one of their big playmakers. So already has a touchdown catch this season. He got 6 seconds on the play clock here. Leon will give it to Gordon, and should be enough for a first down as Gordon spins up to the 43-yard line. Nice job there on the read option. And Gordon, who has over 400 yards rushing on the season, picks up the first down.
And the quarterback almost holds that ball to the last second before he decides to give it. He has an option. He can pull it and run depending on the read that the defensive end gives him.
Big game last week for Gordon, as that is another Resources for Human Development first down. And keeping it here is Gordon. Sidesteps a defender, and he gets 8 yards on that carry. This kid rushed for 193 yards last week on 33 carries.
Jeff, let me give him a little secret here. If the quarterback has gloves on both hands, he's probably not going to throw it. Anytime he takes a snap and he's got those gloves on both hands, he's probably not going to put it in the air.
Second down and 2, opening drive of the night. Gordon and the Westgate Tigers moving down the field here against this Teurlings defense. Last week against Lafayette Christian, Westgate rushed for 341 yards. That is a big number there. And they'll be on the ground for most of tonight. Big hard run up the middle, and then a linebacker there, Andrew Frugier for Teurlings Catholic, turns the ball carrier down right there at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. Coming off the field there, that's Landon Lamison, and he's a little shaken up.
But Westgate does, they pick up the first down, so they keep the chains moving.
Westgate last year, they started 4-0, but then the injury to Jaboree Antoine really set their season in a bit of a tailspin. They ended up going 6-4. They actually had a bunch of injuries last season, not just Antoine. Run up the middle, and maybe 3. That's about it. Eventually, though, Westgate got it together, and they gave Ruston all they wanted in the second round of the playoffs last year. They ended up losing to the eventual state champions by 2, 20-18. Tigers started their season by beating Lake Charles College Prep 31-20. They were scheduled to play Calvary Baptist week 2, but because Hurricane Francine was approaching the Louisiana coast, Westgate decided they were not going to make the trip to Shreveport, so they didn't play week 2. Came back last week and defeated Lafayette Christian 39-28. And we have our first hydration timeout. Westgate has had the ball the whole time here as they are meticulously moving down the field. We'll take a break from New Iberia. This is Game Time on Your View.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There are many signs to help protect us from harm, to warn us from harming ourselves, or prevent us from harming others. But sometimes the best sign is the one that protects you from things you never knew or even thought would hurt you. Egan Insurance, the sign of quality insurance protection since 1954.
I am a Mercedes girl. I like the way the C-Class drives, and of course I like the looks of it too. It fits me and I fit in it.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
There you look at the two head coaches, Dane Chaponche for the Teurlings Catholic Rebels, who's in his 8th season, and then Ryan Antoine, 84-75 during his time as the head football coach for the Tigers, including that state championship in 2021. Not much running room here for the ball carrier for Westgate, as getting a chance to run it was Davian Jackson. 3 carries for 17 yards on the season for him. Only picked up a yard or 2, but Jackson, he's a good one, a vocal leader for them. He's a big play guy, speed guy. Committed to Mississippi State. Runs the 100 in 10.7 seconds.
A lot of speed on that side of the ball. You know, we'll see what they do here. This may be the first pass that we get from Westgate on this drive. They've kept it for about 9 plays, everything on the ground.
Teurlings brings the blitz. Leon gets out of there. Flag down. Leon's got the first down, and he falls forward to the 24, but this might be coming back.
I think Leon may have hurt himself. When he started to make the cut, he just went down. I think he may have hurt himself on that, Jeff.
He is writhing in pain right now. This isn't good at all. We'll take another break. No score between Westgate and Teurlings Catholic. You're watching Game Time on Your View.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
We've known you for a few years now, so let's do kind of a lightning round.
Think of it as a 2-minute drill, but with questions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Spicy or mild? Spicy.
Crawfish or shrimp?
Boiled crawfish. Your favorite holiday? Mardi Gras for sure.
You've been hurt in an accident. What's the next thing that you do?
That's a no-brainer. Call the Borderos at all 7s. Bonus question.
Favorite attorney, David or Digger?
I plead the 5th.
Well played.
Wise choice.
Brian Leon has been a big part of this Westgate Tigers program, a 3-year starter. Has scored a touchdown in every game this year, but he goes down on the ground on that long running play. And he is still down on the ground as the medical team is taking a look at him as they are working on that leg. Obviously a look of concern for Westgate, who is already down a quarterback here tonight, as Jaboree Antoine has a knee brace on. So we've already seen other guys line up at the quarterback position, including Tobias Gordon. But if Leon is unable to play here tonight, I don't know how much of a passing attack Westgate will have.
Yeah, it would be surprising if they have, any more experienced quarterbacks on the bench that can come in and play for them a little bit.
That is just heartbreaking to see that. Do not want to see that with a young man as good as him. I mean, he's also gone through a lot of tragedy himself. Brian Leon lost his mother in a tragic accident earlier this year. And Leon, who is also an outstanding triple jump and long jumper. So, kid is very athletic and has already gone through a lot with the loss of his mother. Coach Ryan Antoine calling him a true warrior. And this is just a tough scene right here, right now for Westgate.
That's a tough break. You can see he's really not putting a whole lot of weight on that right leg, and just unfortunate non-contact injury. And we'll see what adjustments Westgate's going to have to make.
Well, Tobias Gordon and Davian Jackson will be in the backfield here on this 3rd down and long.
That was a penalty as well on Westgate, which brought it back, gave him a 15-yard penalty. I think they're going to have to go Wildcat the rest of the way unless they can get. Unless they've got somebody on the bench that can surprise us and throw it.
It was an illegal block below the waist. That was the call. So they run it straight ahead here with Jackson, and Jackson only picks up 7 yards. And that'll bring the punt team on for Westgate.
Jeff, the thing you want to do if you're Teurlings Catholic, you want to come out now. You know their quarterback's down. They get in this set, and what you want to do defensively, you can come with an 8-man front to shut that running game down and force them to try to throw it.
Jake Thibodeau is out to punt. Caden Chavis is set to return for Teurlings Catholic. Our first punt of the night. Westgate had the opening possession there, had the ball for well over 7 minutes.
And most of it was done on the ground. I think they attempted one pass.
This will turn into a game of field position, especially for Westgate, and the snap goes over the punter's head. And Teurlings Catholic is going to recover it. Falling on the football, Chandler Hewlin. And you're already down to your 3rd-string quarterback. The last thing you can afford to have happen to you is a mistake on special teams.
Well, now you got to go out and play defense at your own 27-yard line. This is a high snap. The punter never had a chance.
So the Rebels now, with that big offensive line that averages 282 pounds. We saw a great offensive line last week with Rummel. And this one right here that the Rebels have, it might be right there with what Rummel showed us last week. Alex Munoz is the quarterback.
What a break for Teurlings. I mean, you get the ball back and you got 25 yards out. You can just take control with your offensive line as they do right here.
Dougie Phillips, who's rushed for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, gets 11 yards on that carry. And now we have another Westgate Tiger who is down on the ground, and that's Amari Simon. And there you take a look at Munoz, the quarterback. There was a quarterback competition in preseason camp, and really it even continued into the first couple of weeks of the season as Munoz was battling it out with A.J. Price, but Munoz right now is the guy that Sonny Dane Chaponche is gonna turn to, as according to Coach Chaponche, Alex just fits what they do better. He can run the football. He can also put pressure on the defense with his arm. A natural leader. Last week he had 150 total yards and a touchdown as they are trying to replace Preston Welch at that quarterback position. He was a multi-year starter for Teurlings, who is now with the Nichols Colonels.
Well, the thing about Munoz is they consider him a dual-threat quarterback. He's one of those guys that has an accurate passing arm, but he can run the ball as well. And I think that's the big thing you like about him. He brings that extra running dimension to him.
Teurlings Catholic quickly into the Hope Credit Union red zone. Hope Credit Union, brighter futures begin with hope. And they run it straight ahead. And that was Kason Evans on the carry. Evans gets a couple. As Evans has 18 carries for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's a junior, so it'll be a lot of Dougie Viltz and Kason Evans. Brody Spring, their fullback, is out for the year with a torn ACL. Good move by Evans. Evans gets inside the 5-yard line.
Key picks up the first down, so that'll give him a 1st and goal from inside the 5.
Well, Teurlings Catholic looking to score here quickly after the bad snap on the punt.
You watch him bounce it to the outside. That's just good vision on his part, and get to the outside and pick up the 1st down.
Left tackle Gresham Perry, a nice block. He's a Tulane commitment, and his younger brother Drake Perry to the right of him playing left guard. There are 3 seniors on that offensive line. Peyton Davis and Jay Surratt are the other 2 seniors on that O-line. That one gets it down to the 2-yard line. As that was Dougie Viltz, who's already got 5 touchdowns. He would like the football back again. He's 5'11", 175 pounds.
Viltz is just slamming it in there behind that big offensive line. Might be just keep feeding him the football until he gets him in the end zone, and that's a touchdown.
And that is a touchdown for the Teurlings Catholic Rebels. They strike first in this one after the bad snap on the punt, and Viltz finds the end zone for the 6th time this season.
Well, Teurlings were set up in excellent field position, 25 yards out. They just took the ball, a couple of handoffs inside behind that big offensive line, moved people out of the way, and got in the end zone. It could not have begun better, but if you're Teurlings.
Charlie Mader will try the extra point here. And that is through the uprights. So Teurlings Catholic takes advantage of the special teams mistake, and they are on the scoreboard as we watch it again.
Just a power play off of the left tackle. Nobody touched him. He got to the end zone.
Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith. And Derry, pretty impressive offensive drive there for Teurlings Catholic. They didn't have to go very far, but they get into the end zone pretty quick.
Yes, they did. Obviously, they had a short field to drive on, but they want to be physical. What I'm saying is it's going to be a big matchup problem with this Teurlings Catholic O-line and his Westgate D-line. These guys are huge. Let me tell you something. This is like a Big Ten offensive lineman. They're getting great push. I know Westgate is trying to go to an 8-man front. They have 5 down linemen with 3 linebackers. Let's see if they can affect some of the running game. But as of right now, it looks like Teurlings offensive lineman is going to have the advantage tonight.
All our sideline reports tonight brought to you by ITI Technical College. And Charlie Mader will kick it off. Good, strong kick. This is going to get to the end zone. Let's send it back down to Derry here quickly. Well, first of all, let's get the scoring drive. Our scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. And a quick scoring drive. Dougie Viltz getting into the end zone. 5 plays, 27 yards. Took less than 2 minutes. And I'll ask this question here to Derry. Derry, I mean, what's the mood down there for that Westgate sideline? You already don't have your star quarterback, and then another one of your star players goes down with a knee injury.
It's like exhaustion, very somber. Some of the coaches were blowing when they saw the starting quarterback go down. So it's up to them and the players to keep going and fighting and see if they can obviously make this a ball game.
Yeah, Tobias Gordon will try to make something happen there, but he is tackled by Seth Miller, a linebacker.
This is a tough deal for Westgate now. They've got to figure out how to get something going without that quarterback in the game. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. As you look out there, when you look out there now, you see the defense. Look at all the guys around the line of scrimmage. They're daring them to throw the football.
And just nothing's going to happen. They got to figure out a way. How could you? I mean, this is just rough here right now if you're Westgate.
Yeah, if you're Westgate, I mean, you've got to figure out how you can throw the football. Because if you don't, they're going to keep crowding the line of scrimmage and put you in a bad situation. Now you're 3rd down and long, which is an obvious passing situation. We'll see what happens there.
I mean, what else could you do? Reverses, jet sweeps, anything that you can kind of come up with to try to keep Teurlings off balance defensively. 3rd down and 7. Gordon will try to throw it, and he lobs it over the middle, and it's caught, but it's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. Caught by Gavin Hebert, his 2nd catch of the season. I tell you what, Greg, I think I go for it. I mean, what do you got to lose at this point?
Yeah, I think you've got to keep the ball.
Yeah.
You've got to try to keep the ball.
They quickly get up to the line of scrimmage, and they power forward. I like that call there by Ryan Antoine.
Yeah, he gets the first down, keeps his offense out there. But again, you've got to figure it out here. You got to say, what are we going to do? They're crowding the line of scrimmage. You have to throw the ball, even if it doesn't look fancy. You just got to get the ball out.
So 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
You have to have the threat of the pass to make the defense back off the line of scrimmage. I mean, you take a shot. Look at that shot of the line of scrimmage. You got, 9 people at the line? 7? 8?
Right.
That's going to crowd it.
So Jackson and Gordon. Here goes Gordon, and here comes that defense for Teurlings Catholic. And he was able to get a couple yards. Harrison Johnson had the first chance at him behind the line of scrimmage. And that is our final play of the opening quarter. A rough first quarter for the Westgate Tigers. Teurlings Catholic has only run a handful of plays, but they lead it 7-0. This is the Yearview, Louisiana Game of the Week.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it!
Boom! Hampton's hot.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a 4th branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Well, downtown New Iberia got the mosquito spray going out there tonight. And, of course, this is a big weekend for New Iberia with the Sugarcane Festival. Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, Derry Beckwith with you. District opener for Westgate and Teurlings Catholic. It has gotten off to a tough start for Westgate, but let's see if they can get something going. They heave it downfield, wide open, and it's caught. And streaking all the way inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10. Big time play there. Caden Lancelin, a freshman, makes the catch, and that's exactly what Westgate needed.
Well, you don't have to be accurate because the guy's going to be almost wide open. You got man coverage on the outside. Just throw it up and let him run underneath it. And that's exactly what he did. That one play will change the thought of the defense now. You can't crowd the line of scrimmage anymore. You've got to give him some room.
So Westgate quickly inside the red zone, the Hope Credit Union red zone. Now they go back to the ground game. Flags and penalties and all that kind of stuff before Westgate. And that gave them a little bit of a charge, and they're going to have an offside penalty against Teurlings. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith. Derry, that was quite a play there that Westgate pulled out.
Absolutely. It shows you about the resilience of this Westgate football team. Obviously, your starting quarterback goes down. They didn't hang their head. They're still playing football. Great throw and catch. And now this sideline, remember I told you it's kind of somber? It's not somber anymore. It's almost like a party on this sideline. These guys are engaged in back in this football game.
Now, let me show you the change in mindset. Look at the quarterback now. He's only got one glove on. he took it off because it was a definite signal. He wasn't going to throw it. Both of them on.
Yeah.
Now he's got one glove. That gives him a chance to throw the football.
Tries that left side of the line, pushes his way forward, touchdown Westgate. And they're now within a point of tying this one. And it's our fan cam brought to you by Quest Pediatric. Discover the Quest difference now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas. Jake Thibodeau, 6 of 7 on extra point tries here this season. And good strong leg there. Oh, man, it hits all the way up on our camera well up there, all the way up on the top. But a great job on the left side of the offensive line. As Gordon gets into the end zone for the third time this season.
Good job all the way around the offensive line. Good job by the coaches to make the adjustment to say, hey, we're going to throw the ball. Let's just throw one deep. Get man coverage if you can't get something. They were lucky they got it. Got a good reception. Got the ball down to the 25-yard line where it was manageable, and they just drive it right in.
Gordon has been a starter since his sophomore season. He's now a senior. He runs hard. He's got breakaway speed, 4.4 speed. Him and Jaboree Antoine, those two kids have been playing together since they were little kids. Just a dynamic player. As you take a look at Coach Ryan Antoine leading Westgate to its only state championship in 2021. This is the school's 25th year of playing football. They are the smallest non-select Division I school. There are only 3 students above the cutoff. But they're off to a 2-0 start as they got 16 seniors back, 16 starters back from last year with a big group of seniors, plenty of team speed, a lot of kids that run track as well. And they're still just trying to execute some of the small things. A bad snap on a punt hurt them earlier in this game. Tie ball game, and now Teurlings Catholic will have its second drive of the night.
Well, you can see the Westgate team got energized by that last offensive series.
So Alex Munoz leading this offense. They have not been a very balanced offense. As you take a look at the scoring drive, brought to you by Hampton Automotive. 5 plays, 80 yards, the quick strike there for Westgate. But usually Teurlings Catholic is a 50-50 team between run and pass. But because of this offensive line and inexperienced quarterback, they have been ground heavy so far this season. And Munoz keeps it, runs straight ahead, and gets about 6 yards.
That's what the coaches liked about Munoz, him being a dual threat guy.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups. And our starting lineups brought to you by Nick's Refrigeration, your comfort specialist. Viltz, the running back. Spring is out, as I mentioned, tore the ACL. Celestine is a very fast wide receiver. Run up the middle there, and getting upended is Viltz. And only picked up a yard or two, and it's going to bring up third down here for the Rebels. Viltz, a 3.5 GPA. Rushed for 120 yards in week 1. Had a big game in week 2, 248 yards. And I don't know if he got he did get the first down.
He got it.
Just got enough of it.
Just got enough movement up front to pick up the first down.
Third defensively for the Westgate Tigers. Thought that was Leonard Howard there down on the defensive line that was able to be in on that stop. So first down and 10. Now they'll check to the sidelines. Got 4 seconds on the play clock here for Munoz. Puts a man in motion, Celestine. And they run straight ahead, and it's a gaping hole for Viltz. Where is the defense on that play? Viltz all the way to the house. Touchdown, Teurlings Catholic.
You know, I think some of the defenders were standing around looking for a whistle because the play clock had wound down. I thought the play clock had hit 0. Nobody moved on defense, and big touchdown for Teurlings here.
Well, there was a lot of grumbling from the fan base from the Westgate side. And I don't think there's just nobody there as far as the safety or anything. But it's like the sea departed there for Viltz, and it ended up being an easy touchdown run once he got through the line of scrimmage.
No blocking for you that time. You could have scored on that, Jeff.
So Teurlings Catholic has gotten a couple of touchdown runs here tonight from Viltz, and that power running game already in action.
West Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today. At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher.
Turn it up, boy. Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
Let's take a look at our scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. Dougie Viltz, 4-play, 78 yards, and a 67-yard touchdown run from the Teurlings Catholic senior. And we're hearing a lot of the fans screaming at the ref saying, hey, there should have been a delayed game on that play.
Yeah, I think they're right. I think the play clocks were all at 0. And but there was no whistle. Nobody indicated. Yeah. He just ran the play.
So Charlie Mader ready to return, or ready to kick this one off. You got Davian Jackson. And Davian Jackson will return this. Jackson, does he got a little seam? Pushes his own blocker out of the way. Jackson stays on his feet. Carries the tackler to the 38-yard line. There is a flag.
Yeah, I think this one's coming back. They're probably going to get a block in the back on this one.
When you're got one hand tied behind your back offensively in this game, and you get a chance to start a drive at your own 38, you got to take it. Unfortunately, the penalty is going to probably put them back inside their own 20.
Look at what a flag is. You had to put them back inside the 20.
Yeah.
But I think if you Westgate, I'm going to still throw the football because they're going to give them every opportunity defensively to throw the ball. And so that's going to be I think they're going to have to take advantage of that. Just throw the ball out. Just throw it out there. If you get man-to-man coverage on the outside, just throw it out there. We'll see if we can see the penalty to the right of your screen.
Oh, it might have been that illegal block, huh?
Crackback block, yes, personal foul.
All right. That's even worse than a holding penalty.
That's going to put them inside the 15, right about the 11-yard line.
This Teurlings Catholic defense, they play multiple fronts, base out of a 3-4. And some of their goals here tonight, they wanted to tackle with numbers. They didn't want to get into any kind of one-on-one situations in open space. Obviously, the game changes with no Jaboree Antoine out there, and now no Bryant Leon. So you're down to your third-string quarterback, and they run it off the left side.
But you know what was interesting with that last set, when you look at the defense, they're no longer having people crowd the line of scrimmage. They got burnt one time, and they've backed out of that. Now they've got the 4 or 5 defensive backs playing off the ball. This is a more manageable defense to run against if you're Westgate. You can attack this defense on the ground.
Ended up getting 5 yards to Davian Jackson, the Mississippi State commitment. Finished 5th in the 100 meters of the state championship. They throw it again, and one-hopped the throw did Tavius Gordon. That ruins his perfect night. He was 2 for 2 before that.
Yeah, that's one where he's going to look at it in film tomorrow, and they're going to say, that's why we're not letting you throw anymore.
This is a tough situation here.
This is tough, yeah.
For Randall Antoine, the offensive coordinator, and Ryan Antoine, the head coach. But this is a resilient group, this Westgate team. Right? They had a battle through a bunch of injuries last year and then went toe-to-toe with the Ruston Bearcats in the playoffs. So they've been in tough situations. You got 2 seconds on the play clock, and they're going to call the timeout here. Ryan Antoine wants to talk with his guys. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith with this ITI Technical College scoring drive. What did you see on that long touchdown run, Derry?
Like to Greg's point, I think they got caught up thinking they're going to get a whistle. So it wasn't that they were out of position. They just wasn't ready. The clock did hit 0. They probably should have thrown the flag, and the players were standing up looking around when they didn't see a whistle. the ball was snapped and these guys out of position. I saw a lot of guys standing up, not ready to go. So that was the main factor on him hitting that long touchdown run.
Man, just what tough breaks are going to go against you here if you're Westgate. You don't get the delay of the game, but Greg, you're supposed to play to the sound of the whistle, right?
Yeah, you got to keep playing, and I think that whenever you do that, you just quit without a whistle like that. That's going to happen to you. I think Westgate's got to get back in the game mentally. They got to get back excited off that. When they had the last offensive series, how excited they were. They got the ball in good position, got a touchdown out of it. They just got to harvest that energy again and get it going again. This is going to be a third down and long. It's a tough play without a quarterback, but again, you've got to find a way to re-energize yourself.
So 3rd down and 6 here. We'll see what they decide to do with Tavius Gordon. Special kid is how Ryan Antoine described him. Needs to come up with a special play here with Jackson in the backfield with him. And Jackson gets it, but he's all bottled up. Nothing happening there as the Teurlings Catholic defensive line does an outstanding job. Reed Broussard, one of the defenders there for Teurlings Catholic, who's a big athletic player, is Reed Broussard, number 8. He was one of the guys there. You also saw jumping in there was Carter Macha.
Last time Westgate went to punt, the ball was snapped over the punter's head. Let's see if they got that corrected.
Not a great punt, though. And Teurlings Catholic is going to have outstanding field position as Jake Thibodeau kicked that one off the side of his foot.
Teurlings going to take over on the Westgate 33-yard line. It was a good snap, one you could handle, but he had a man coming in off the right side and kind of rushed it.
I think he saw that man that was unblocked coming at him out of the corner of his eye. So second time Teurlings Catholic will start in Westgate territory, and they're up 14-7. This is where the Westgate Tigers could really use a turnover. They need another energy play for them as they spot the ball at the 33. Running up the middle and nothing happening there. Westgate got there that time in on the stop for Westgate, and that was a Travion Netter, a senior. There's a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Nick's Refrigeration. Bryant, Reno, Doucette, Jackson, Benjamin, Spider Lively. One of the better linebackers in All-Stater. Wells, Simon, Dautrieve, Dwyer, and Kylan Antoine.
I think if you're Teurlings, you're going to have to throw the ball a little bit, make them loosen up that defense a bit.
Munoz throws over the middle. It's complete and all the way inside the 5-yard line. Good play call, Greg, as they were able to hit the receiver. That is Nick Celestine.
Well, Westgate decided to walk the extra man in the box and play man-to-man on the corners. The slant routes, the quick end routes are going to be open.
So once again, inside the red zone, brought to you by Hope Credit Union. And nothing happening there. Shutting that play down once again as they gave the football that time to Kason Evans. And once again, there defensively was Netter, the senior defensive lineman, who takes up a lot of space.
Well, offensively now, when you come back, you're looking at what they're doing to you. They're trying to mix it up, where Westgate is, so you've got to be smart about it. And we may see the quarterback pull it instead of giving it to that dive back, just pull it out and go around the end, because the inside of that defensive line for Westgate, they're playing very, very tough.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. And then we have whistles. We probably have our hydration timeout here, and we do.
Yep.
Teurlings Catholic is up by 7, and they are looking for more. The Rebels 3-0 on the season. We'll be back after this here on Game Time.
Game Time on Your View is brought to you by Hampton Toyota. Hampton has it. Make some epic memories this football season with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that signature Cane sauce. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Discover the Quest difference, now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor. Be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Jaboree's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Jaboree's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Jaboree's Catfish.
One of the most famous New Iberia natives, that's George Rodrigue, who, of course, famous for the Blue Dog, began in the late 1960s painting Louisiana landscapes, and his Blue Dog paintings based on the Acadian legend ended up becoming something that everybody wanted to get their hands on. Run up the left side there for Teurlings Catholic and Bills, and he gets a couple. Netter again there defensively for Westgate. And then also there was Makai Wells, a junior linebacker.
It's going to bring up a big third down for Teurlings Catholic. We'll see if Westgate can shut him down defensively. Make him have to do something differently. And again, the middle is so clogged up. Teurlings they're going to have to try to take it to the corner.
Westgate has 8 starters back on that defense, and it's going to be another No, they're keeping it in. The quarterback Munoz gets stuffed off the right side.
Yeah, Munoz is trying to get outside of that defense. You watch the fake here. See, he's going to pull the ball. Now he's trying to get to the outside, but there's just no place for him to go. Good defense by Westgate.
Amari Simon, who's the Swiss Army knife of this Westgate defense, does it all, can run it. First team all-district for them. He also returns kicks. He'll play a little receiver, knows the defense, and he knows football.
4th down, they're going to go for it.
This could be a big stop here for the Westgate Tigers. Short-handed here tonight, and there's movement.
Yeah, I think now if you're Teurlings, you're going to have to kick the ball, kick the field goal here.
They have an outstanding field goal kicker.
Watch the top of the screen. See the offensive line jump. That'll cost them 5 and bring up a 4th down and about 6 to go. They're going to just kick the field goal.
Yeah, Mater made a 43-yarder against Lafayette Christian last season. Did not play last week. He injured his knee as he was the victim of a roughing the kicker penalty.
This will be a 24-yarder.
24-yarder. Kid scored 42 goals in soccer for Teurlings Catholic. All-Metro MVP. First team all-district kicker, and that one is no good. And the Westgate defense comes up with a big stand here, Greg.
Yeah, how big was that offsides, that illegal procedure on offense on Teurlings? It took them out of position to go for it on 4th down, and then they missed a field goal. So that's a big thing for the defense here.
And here's the unique rule in high school football. Since that ball was kicked out of the end zone or kicked through the end zone, you get it at the 20. So at least now Westgate's got a little bit of breathing room.
They got breathing room, and they can run their regular offense, which we know right now is the running game.
Let's bring in Derry Beckwith. Hey, Derry, tell me about, from what you're seeing, Artevian Netter, number 56 for Westgate. He takes up a lot of space, doesn't he?
He takes up a huge space. The guy's incredible. Also, number 18, he's a space filler. They're doing a good job. That was a win for this Westgate defense. Obviously, Teurlings Catholic wants to run the football. Westgate did a good job of staying tough, staying physical, and not let that touchdown on their previous drive defeat them.
Running up the middle, and he gets about 8 yards. Good run here from Davian Jackson. Let's take a look at the hold here, Greg.
Yeah, watch the laces of the football. It's pointed toward the kicker. You want to spin that away from him. When the holder gets him, spin the laces away from the kicker so he'll have a better chance at that ball. Most kickers have a lot of superstition about kicking the laces.
Gordon bopping outside, and then a nasty stiff arm on Kaleb Daniels. The fantastic free safety for Teurlings Catholic, who has an offer from Louisiana Christian, a first-team all-district player. And now Westgate moving the chains here. And now what do we have here? We have a whistle.
It's a good run to the outside. Just speed beat him to the corner. We'll see what the timeout's about.
That's somebody called timeout, I suppose. I didn't necessarily see, but. Or do we have a player who's hurt? Oh, yeah, there's a player on the sidelines who's dealing with a cramping issue. That's the reason for the stoppage in play.
They're down on the Westgate sideline.
Let's bring in Derry Beckwith. And Derry, I know you're a defensive guy at heart, but how do you try to address this when you're down to your third-string quarterback?
Keep staying consistent. Don't let any excuses allowed to come in your mind. Obviously, you can say, well, both our quarterbacks are down. We can hang it up. You cannot allow any negativity. You can't let the players say any negativity. As a coach, you got to stay positive and run your game plan and run it at a high level. And also, it's up to the senior leaders and the returning starters to pick these guys up as well.
Another ITI Technical College sideline report. Gordon. He's got some speed and he's got some blocks. Gordon on the foot race. Touchdown, Westgate. 58 yards. Well, you're never out of a ball game when you got number 4 on your team.
Well, that was just the power sweep. He snapped the ball to him, and he took off around the corner. With his speed, once he got outside, there was nobody going to catch him. Watch a key block right here. This is what springs him. Once he gets that block, that's it. And then it's just a foot race. No one's going to catch him. He's just unbelievable. Jackson, number 1, threw the block that sprung him.
Yeah, Evan Bryant also had a very nice block there for Westgate, number 18. Now the extra point try to tie this game up.
It's going to be an illegal procedure call, I think, against Westgate. Somebody inside looked like they jumped.
Well, Thibodeau's got a strong enough leg, so the 5 yards is not going to impact him. But Westgate's got – they have to tighten it up here on special teams.
Yeah, they have – you believe you lose your quarterback to start the game. He can't start. Then your backup quarterback gets hurt. And you look at this team, and the game is just about tied up.
Yeah.
You're an extra point away from having a tie ball game.
So now this is like a 25-yard field goal, if it being backed up 5 yards. And it is no good. Oh, man.
I think he might have gotten it blocked. He might have got a piece of that ball.
It did seem like the ball kind of started fluttering. Let's take a look at this touchdown run, though, by Tavius Gordon.
Tavius Gordon, once he gets to the corner, now he's out there. He just has to put his speed to work, and just outrun the man to the end zone. I like this Westgate's team, their attitude. I mean, they're just not giving up. Derek talked about it earlier. It's a mindset. You got to will yourself to keep going out there and keep playing hard.
Gordon had 27 touchdowns last year. He's got a 58-yard touchdown run here tonight. And a scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it.
3 plays, 80 yards without a quarterback in the game.
All right, Thibodeau to kick it off. And you almost wonder, Greg, sometimes you're thinking, hey, they're down to their third-string quarterback. You wonder if you let down a little bit if you're Teurlings. You were geared up to play Jaboree Antoine here tonight.
Well, I think the thing it did is Teurlings got out of their game plan. They saw they didn't have a quarterback. They changed their secondary lineup. They started to press the line of scrimmage to try to stop the wrong runs. And they're not able to do it right now. Because, Jeff, if I'm Teurlings, I think I take my team and I say, look, let's go back to our original game plan.
Yeah,
let's just play them straight up like there is a quarterback in there and see what happens.
Right, exactly. All right, I think we're finally ready to kick the football here. Thibodeau on the approach. good end over end, high kick, a bit of a hang time there. And then it's muffed by the returner, and then look out! A burst of speed, a flag comes flying in there as well. But a nice return by Dougie Viltz after almost a disaster. It was a kind of a disastrous start, but he recovered nicely. But let's see what the flag is about. The flag was way away, or the referee or the official who threw the flag was way away from where it happened. But it's a holding penalty.
Yeah, that's going to back him up, but that's a great return. You know, a lot of times when you hesitate on the return, like either dropping the ball or just stumble, it throws off the timing of the people covering. Watch it when he gets the ball now. That little hesitation right there, everybody on the kick coverage team gets out of their lanes.
Nice tackle on the play for Westgate's Davian Antoine. So there you take a look at Viltz heading back out there. This Teurlings Catholic team, back-to-back semifinal appearances. Both times they lost to Lafayette Christian. Dane Chaponche says these guys certainly have that bad taste in their mouth. They don't really talk about it too much. Here's a screen play, and it's open. It is wide open here for the Rebels. And breaking free is Kason Evans, and he's tripped up after getting across the 50-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle there by Davian Antoine.
This is a good job. Watch Davian Antoine. He's going to rush the pass on number 34. Then he turns. He never gives up on the play. He just tracks it all the way down, and he saves a touchdown. That's a great deal of hustle.
Teurlings Catholic has won this game the last 2 years. They beat Westgate last year, 38-14. And a nice run here by Viltz, and he's got a first down. And, man, they are just gashing them. Trandon Benjamin made the tackle that time, but another first down for the Rebels.
Well, Teurlings have gone back to the bread and butter. They're going to just attack the ball, attack the team on the ground.
That was an RHD first down, and now we have a whistle. The first downs tonight brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD.
And Westgate called a timeout.
Well, next week we'll have a very interesting matchup. We've mentioned Lafayette Christian a couple times here tonight, and we'll see the Knights as they'll make a trip to the Baton Rouge area, and they'll take on Central. The Central Wildcats, led by Coach David Simino. Central's off to a great start this season, and that should be a lot of fun at 7 o'clock as we'll have our first game from the Baton Rouge area. Always fun to be down in New Iberia. Always fun to get to see Teurlings Catholic play, one of the best high school programs in the state when it comes to athletics. Of course, their baseball team, they just won a state championship in the spring. Always good in soccer. Volleyball, the girls volleyball team is outstanding. So they got some great athletic programs over there at Teurlings Catholic.
You know, we were chatting this before the game with Coach Chaponche, and it turns out, Jeff, his dad played basketball and football, an outstanding athlete at Hanson High School down in Franklin, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Knew his dad real well, just a great basketball player and football player.
And Sonny is not on the sidelines with Teurlings this year. He's now actually an assistant coach over at Cecilia. First down and 10 at the 37, and that time they were able to crash in on Viltz, but not before he still picked up 7 yards. Dalen Doucette in on the stop there for Westgate, and we have whistles, and we have...
It's going to be Davian Antoine. Going to be look like he's slow getting up, number 34. They're going to take him out.
Mentioned earlier, Westgate returns 8 starters from last year, but one guy they're certainly missing, defensive tackle Demyron Johnson, who now plays at LSU. One of their keys here tonight was get off the field on third down, Greg, but they haven't gotten to third down too many times. Teurlings had a lot of big plays against them.
A lot of big plays, and you know, Teurlings have make great adjustments here. Every time Westgate gets in a different defense, Teurlings makes the adjustment and hits him with a big play.
That's a great open field tackle, as making the stop for Westgate there was Trandon Benjamin.
Benjamin did a good job of running from the inside out, making the clean tackle. This is a big third down play right here for Westgate. You got to hold him and try to get him to punt the ball.
Benjamin was an all-district player last year. got a lot of athleticism. Looking to throw, and wide open is Vilts. Vilts trying to cut, and then it's going to get thrown down to the ground at about the 20-yard line, but another first down for the Rebels.
It's a good play action fake here. Just throw the ball out there. Got Dills wide open. Good play.
And that was Spider Lively that got his hands on him, and then it was eventually on the tackle for Westgate, Shaden Lee inside the red zone here for Teurlings Catholic, and we have another stoppage.
I think Teurlings going to take a timeout and talk about it with 54 seconds before half here.
As Teurlings is in the Hope Credit Union red zone. This is a big drive because remember, Teurlings will get the ball to begin the second half, so they got an opportunity to put 2 scores up here against Westgate as you take a look at Coach Dane Chaponche. Really hoping that these kids can get over the hump this year, and 2 trips to the semifinals. That is so crushing when you get that close to getting to the Dome and you come up a little bit short. But he's done an outstanding job with this program. He's 69-38 overall as a head coach. 58-30 here at Teurlings Catholic. And last year they went 9-4. They won 12 games in 2022. 2021 they were 6-5. So the last couple of years have been really, really good. I mean, they're from 2019 to 2021, kind of around that 500 mark, but really exploded in 2022 with the 12-win season, and then last year winning 9 games and getting to the semifinals. 54 seconds here to go before halftime. Gain of about 4, and the clock will be ticking.
The Teurlings are not going to call a timeout. They're just going to hurry to the line of scrimmage and just try to run off another play. I think you're going to have to throw the ball here at some point.
Spider Lively was in on that tackle. One of the best high school football names in Louisiana and one of the best linebackers in the state. Nothing happening here. Trying to make something, though, is Evans, and Evans gets out of bounds. So that's somewhat of a win for Teurlings Catholic to be able to stop the clock, because it looked like Evans was going to get shut down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you watch it. Everything's shut off on the front side where Evans wants to go, and if you can tackle him in bounds here, that's going to force him to either call a timeout or let a lot of time run off the clock.
Eventually pushed out of bounds by Makai Wells, another all-district player on that Westgate defense.
This is another one of those big third down plays.
3rd down and 5 here for the Rebels. Munoz to the end zone, single coverage, jump ball, and he caught it. Touchdown, Rebels. Outstanding job, Nick Celestine. And Teurlings, a big touchdown right before halftime.
I mean, Nick Celestine, he's covered. He's got man-to-man coverage out there, but the quarterback says, hey, I'm going to throw it because I think my guy's got a better shot one-on-one to come down with the football.
Great throw by Munoz, too. Celestine has been offered by Georgia Tech. His nickname is the Ferrari because he's been clocked at 20 miles per hour at the Formula Scouting Camp. Great route runner, a kid that continues to keep gaining experience. And this is our Cox Mobile Smart Call of the game. As you watch this throw over the defensive back and a beautiful catch by Celestine. Our smart call of the game, courtesy of Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Yeah, that time, Sheldon Lee, you just got to get your head around. If you're the defensive back, you got man-to-man coverage. You have to read when that receiver goes up for the ball. You've got to get your head around and knock it down.
Westgate did a great job the last time Teurlings had the football and forcing the goal line stand. This time, though, unable to keep Teurlings out of the end zone before halftime.
I think that was a key drive, but in the opening second half, when Teurlings gets the ball, if they score another touchdown, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Westgate football team that's really struggling in terms of offensively.
Squib kick here. Now you got to watch out. I mean, Westgate's got all the speed. You also got to hold on to the football. The last thing you want to do if you're a Tigers fan is to cough up the football, and as he got it out to the 35-yard line, and can't imagine that Westgate's going to do anything too fancy here with just a handful of seconds left as we take a look at our scoring drive. Once again, brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. Beautiful touchdown pass between Alex Munoz and Nick Celestine. Tavius Gordon will lead the offense back out in the field along with Davian Jackson. Westgate will have a chance to regroup. If you're just joining us, no Jaboree Antoine tonight. And then the backup quarterback, Bryant Leon, went down with a knee injury. Will pass out. This is Jackson Malvo who runs upfield, and you're still going to have one more play left to go in this half.
Yeah, I think from Westgate, I almost want to just run the ball, get it over with, get to halftime, and make some adjustments.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of hook and lateral here.
And on the other side of the ball, if you're Teurlings Catholic, wherever number 4 is, make sure he doesn't get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He's a problem.
Gavin Hebert in motion. And then just running it is going to be Jackson. Jackson will pick up the first down, trying to stay on his feet as long as possible. Great effort here, as that is going to be the end of our first half of this district opener. It was a tough 24 minutes for Westgate, but they are still in this ball game, down by 8 points. Meanwhile, Teurlings Catholic looking to go to 4-0. Probably the one possession they would, well, the one possession they certainly would want back is when they were stopped on 4th and goal, or actually 3rd and goal, and then they missed the field goal. Our Derry Beckwith has Coach Dane Chapanche.
I think both teams are playing hard. I think it's two good football teams. Physical at the line of scrimmage. They got a lot of guys that are hard to tackle, and they got good guys up front that block real well. And defensively, we got to try to find a way to get away from their speed.
With them losing their starting quarterback, did it change the game plan any?
You know, I think they're going to keep much of what they plan on doing. It's just now they got 2 running backs in the backfield instead of 1, so it might make it a little tougher, actually.
What's your message at halftime to your team?
We got to finish. You know, we got to find a way to get stops on defense. They're going to try to run the ball and take up this 3rd quarter and 4th quarter and shorten the game. We got to try to create more possessions and finish them. Appreciate it.
And Westgate shorthanded with no Jaboree Antoine, but they're still bringing the energy here tonight. But a beautiful play here gives Teurlings Catholic an 8-point lead as we head into halftime.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Today, it's not just how much you make that counts, it's how much you keep. At Egan Insurance, protecting your wealth is our major priority, one that comes with a promise that no matter what threatens your wealth, accident, theft, fire, or illness, we'll be there to protect your financial assets just as we have for more than 60 years. Egan Insurance. How those who've made it, keep it.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it.
Boom, Hampton's hot.
I bet you there's no better feeling than celebrating a touchdown with a fancy touchdown dance. Why don't you show us a few moves for when we get big settlements?
You just gotta get into it first. You gotta run into it and you gotta... I can't do that. Start putting that arm back there now.
We can call this the diggity shovel.
I like that, the diggity shovel.
Laborde Earls,
proud partners with Jamal Williams.
I love commercials.
For over 75 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana's homes and businesses with high quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning, sales, and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team gets you the quick response and comfort of a job well done.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
As a personal injury attorney, I see every single day how injured someone can be in an accident. So that's why I've been so impressed with the features that the GLC has to offer.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
Your View Louisiana Game of the Week presented by McDonald's. We're at halftime in New Iberia where Teurlings Catholic is leading the Westgate Tigers 21-13. It's now time for the LHSAA Spotlight produced by the LHSAA Network.
Welcome back, everyone. Last season, Westminster Christian earned the state's #2 overall seed in the playoffs and ran through the postseason, advancing to the Division V title game. Barb also made the playoffs in 23 and was very successful in the previous decade, making trips to the semis in 2014 and 15. Here's a closer look at their match.
The off-season's been great. We've had a lot of kids come in. We do summer workouts 3 times a week, like they said, getting up at 6 a.m. We go and run, we go and lift, and then we go and practice. And, we had almost 100% attendance the whole summer, so it was really good. I think off-season we just worked on working really hard, working as a team, being there for each other.
We wake up really early, like 6 a.m., and we practice till like 10, so it's a lot, but it's fun, and I get to do it with my team. So, our leaders on offense would be like Danny and Maddie, because she's offense technically, and then defense and Kat, because she's loud and she talks all throughout the game, no matter what.
U-High beat Catholic 31-30 last season, but the Bears won the state title. Cubs quarterback Emil Picarella trying to author another upset. Picarella on play action throws deep to Alec Haynes for the touchdown. Haynes, a 225-pound defensive end, he's running routes for the Cubs now. U-High pulls ahead 21-14 for their first lead of the night. Cubs fans out in force, and they are fired up after that touchdown. Who needs brain cells? We're at a football game. Catholic backup quarterback Turner Goldsmith in for Baylor Graves. Let's hand off to Rylan Parker, who sheds tacklers and runs hard for extra yards. That brings up 4th down. Goldsmith with the keeper to the left side of the line, and the Cubs defense makes the stop for a turnover on downs. That sets off a huge celebration in the U-High student section, but the Cubs weren't done. Later in the 4th, 3rd down, Picarella fires 30 yards to Ethan Kimmy, and the sophomore doesn't disappoint. That'll move the chains and keep the clock rolling on Catholic. The Bears had tied the game with a minute left, forcing overtime, but on the extra period's first play, Picarella found Zay Martin for a 10-yard touchdown pass, and Catholic would be intercepted on the game's final play. U-High wins 27-21, improving to 2-1 and snapping the Bears' 12-game win streak.
3-time defending state champs St. Thomas More continued an unbeaten run to start the season with a sweep of St. Joseph's Academy. Cougars head coach Jessica Burke has her squad firing on all cylinders early in the season.
I love the energy that we had and the ability to make adjustments, and that we didn't kind of get too rattled when we were making a couple of early mistakes. We were able to pull out of that and kind of find our game, so that was nice to see.
We're a great group of girls. We've been playing a while for each other, with each other, so we just have great chemistry.
But even when the Cougars went down by 5 in the first set, it seemed like they were not fazed.
Yeah, definitely. They are competitors, but they don't get in their feels too much. They're very solid and mature in that way. We also have a lot of camaraderie because these girls have been on, a lot of them have been on varsity since they were freshmen with me. So that creates a really cool bond and a lot of the ability to kind of joke around and play around a little bit with each other because we've done so much together that we know each other really well.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
West Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a 4th branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
This time in the car gives me a few extra minutes with these two.
They said a car loan with your credit wasn't possible, but you found a new road to get there.
These little moments mean everything to me.
Hope makes it happen. With credit-building resources and personal support, Hope Credit Union's tailored loan solutions make your life better, no matter your income or credit. Brighter futures begin with hope.
Back in New Iberia, Teurlings Catholic leading the Westgate Tigers 21-13. And they play some good football in New Iberia last night. Let's take you to last night's game on the LHSAA network between Notre Dame and Catholic High of New Iberia. First drive of the game. And Luke Landry finds Tristan Lewis for this 33-yard touchdown pass, and Catholic is up 7-0. And they were fired up, and so was the student section. But Notre Dame running back Jack Meadis with a nice run to set up a touchdown to tie the game at 7-all. Let's quickly get you to the third quarter. Piles are up 14-7. Landry finds Jaden Mitchell in the flat, and he is going to weave through traffic for a long touchdown. And this is going to tie the game up at 14. What a run after the catch by Jaden Mitchell. And then on the next possession, it's that man again, Luke Landry. He's going to hook up with Mitchell once again. The big left-handed quarterback, that is a heck of a throw across his body as he ends up finding Mitchell for a long touchdown pass. Panthers are up 21-14. We're still in the third quarter. As Landry drops a dime here to Gavin Roy down the left side to put them back into scoring position. And then later in that drive, it's Landry and Roy hooking up again for a touchdown to extend the lead to 28-14. Then following a Notre Dame turnover, Landry finds Joseph Landry for the 5th touchdown pass of the game. Panthers are up 35-14. The Piles try to get back into this contest. Parker Faust gets Notre Dame into the red zone. And then it's going to be Drew Lejeune who plunges in from 6 yards out. And it's a 35-21 game. But that didn't take long for the Panthers to answer. Here's Lewis again. Takes the handoff. He goes 63 yards. And it's now 42-21. Notre Dame looking to answer quickly. Gets a nice pickup on a pass here from Faust to Josh Hebert. Hurdles defenders to get into the red zone. Drive comes up short, though, as Owen Morris picks off Faust around the goal line. And then the Piles would cut it back to 2 scores as this touchdown pass from Faust to Leighton Fall made it 42-28. And Notre Dame again on the move, but Leighton Mitchell intercepts Faust, and that ends the game. And the Catholic High New Iberia Panthers improved to 3-1 with a 42-28 win over Notre Dame. More coming up from Westgate in New Iberia when we come back on Game Time.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher.
Turn it up, boy. Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration. We are ready to serve your AC heating needs. I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor. Be king of grill night. And best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Jaboree's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Jaboree's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Jaboree's Catfish.
We've known you for a few years now, so let's do kind of a lightning round.
Think of it as a 2-minute drill, but with questions.
Ooh,
okay.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Spicy or mild?
Spicy. Crawfish or shrimp?
Boiled crawfish. Your favorite holiday?
Mardi Gras for sure.
You've been hurt in an accident. What's the next thing that you do?
That's a no-brainer. Call the Borderos at all sevens.
Bonus question.
Favorite attorney, David
or Digger?
I plead the fifth.
Well played.
Wise choice.
From upstream and midstream to downstream and renewables, you can count on Danos. The world needs energy, and we deliver. Visit danos.com today.
In New Iberia, Sugarcane Festival weekend here in this great city in Iberia Parish. Jeff Palermo along with Greg Bowser. We have a fun football game here for you. It's been a tough one for Westgate as they go into the game with no Jaboree Antoine, and then their second-string quarterback, Bryant Leon, goes down with a knee injury. So they're just, I don't want to say they're making it up as they're going along, but that's what they're kind of doing with Tobias Gordon as the guy who's been taking most of the snaps for him here tonight.
But I think if you're Westgate, you have to be satisfied with where you are.
Yeah.
You're not out of the ball game yet. You get the ball. You got to play defense, get a stop, and get the ball back. If you can do that, then you're in the ball game. What you don't want to have happen is let Teurlings get the ball to open the second half and go down and score. Then you're really in a problem.
Westgate has had a couple of mistakes on special teams, and that Teurlings Catholic offensive line as good as advertised. There's one of those mistakes on special teams, the bad snap.
Yeah, it's just a bad snap, puts you in bad position, so you take over, and then Teurlings gets the ball, goes in, scores a touchdown. But this is what really got Westgate back in the game. They threw the ball anyway, a long pass, and it gets all the way down in good field position, right inside the 10-yard line, and then you just run it in and get the score.
Tobias Gordon taking care of the rest after throwing the pass. But how about this throw here from Alex Munoz to Nick Celestine? That was a thing of beauty.
I think it was a great throw, but it was probably a better catch.
Yep.
Munoz just threw it out there and let the receiver go to work for him. And then on this one, I think the defense thought there was going to be a whistle. There was no whistle. Ends up being a touchdown for Teurlings.
Another nice pass and a connection there to that time. That was Cason Evans. But a big long run here from Tobias Gordon, and Westgate's going to need more of this in order to pull off the victory here tonight.
Yeah, Westgate has to figure out how to get into the end zone, and, I think they got to throw the football. We'll see what happens, and they've got to come out and play defense. They can't give up big plays like this because that really puts them behind the 8 ball. Teurlings got down there in scoring position, and then they got this pass, which was just a jump ball. The receiver goes up, gets it. The defensive back never saw the ball coming.
Really good play calling here tonight from Teurlings Catholic, mixing up the run and the pass very well, and it's resulted in a nice game here for Teurlings with over 200 yards of offense.
Well, you look at it, it's not, when you think about all the circumstances, then you look at the statistics, it's not a bad game so far. If you're Westgate, you're still in it. You just got to hang in there and figure out a way to get them stopped. It's been a pretty clean game, not many penalties. Each team has about 3 or 4 penalties, so they've done a good job of clearing it up. We'll see what happens. Big series here coming up if you're Westgate.
Certainly. We'll take a break. When we come back, second half action from New Iberia.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
There are many signs to help protect us from harm, to warn us from harming ourselves, or prevent us from harming others. But sometimes the best sign is the one that protects you from things you never knew or even thought would hurt you. Egan Insurance, the sign of quality insurance protection since 1954.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night, and best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Gidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Gidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Gidry's Catfish.
Game Time on Your View is brought to you by Laborde Earls Injury Lawyers, on your side. Hope Credit Union. Brighter futures begin with hope. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life.
Nick's Refrigeration, your comfort specialist.
Trapp Chevrolet in Homa, where we're always on your side. Catch every game live or on demand at watch.yourview.com. Follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Set to begin the second half from New Iberia. Do want to tell you that our highlights and stats from the first half were sponsored by Laborde Earls Injury Attorneys. Call all sevens or visit onmyside.com. Let's now send it down to the field for a ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry Beckwith had a chance to talk with Westgate football coach Davian Antoine.
Yes, talking to Coach Antoine at halftime, he loves where his football team is at. He's saying there's no excuses. Even though they lost his starting quarterback, it's the next man up. He still wants them to play physical and fast and use the home field to their advantage. He also says they have to eliminate the mistakes, especially on special teams, and stop giving up so many plays. He said they're still in this football game. Got to keep fighting, got to keep scratching, and see what they can do. Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Derry. Big drive coming up here for Westgate. They get down by 2 scores, and there's the squib kick, and it's going to be recovered by Teurlings Catholic as Seth Miller gets on it. And I was wondering if they were going to go for the onside kick, Greg. You're the testament. I kept saying they might try an onside kick to begin the second half.
You call it, partner, onside kick. You know, the danger part about an onside kick, though, if you don't get it,
no.
You watch a little squib kick there. They're trying a little pooch punch that they can't catch him by surprise. Teurlings was ready for it.
I think it's worth a chance or worth a shot just because you're down. You're down to your third-string quarterback. You need to steal a possession somewhere, and maybe you catch him off guard, you get the right bounce. It doesn't work out. Alex Munoz, and he stumbles as he collides with his running back, Viltz, and Teurlings ends up losing a couple yards on that first play from scrimmage here in the second half.
Yeah, it didn't look real clean. I don't think Munoz really knew what he wanted to do with the ball. See, he gets it right there, and he doesn't wait for his running back to come across for the fake at all.
Second down and 12 here for the Rebels. We'll check to the sidelines. And they're going to throw it. Pass is complete. Nice catch there by Andrew Viator. And he's all the way up to the 44-yard line. Been impressed with the mix of run and pass here for Teurlings Catholic.
Real balanced attack by Teurlings. Just a good read, fake inside, and he's got a man open in the flat. Just a really good read, good safe throw. If your guy doesn't catch it, it just goes incomplete and you start over again.
That is a first down. And our first downs brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Got to run up the middle. They've had a lot of success just running the football in between the tackles as Viltz gets the carry.
If you're Westgate right here, you need a turnover. If you can turn it over and steal one of those possessions you were talking about, because it'll put you in decent field position and just cross midfield.
You take a look at that offensive line for Teurlings Catholic. 6'3", 280 pounds. That's how big that offensive line, led by Gresham Perry, the Tulane Commitment, number 76, the left tackle. Getting away from one defender was Munoz, but he could not get away from the second defender, bringing him down, Amari Simon.
Boy, this is a really good open field tackle by Amari Simon. You watch it here. If he misses this tackle, the quarterback's out the door. Watch this clean tackle. Just really good, solid hit. That's tough to do in open field.
3rd down and 11. Can Westgate get off the field? Obvious passing situation here for Munoz and the Rebels. Viltz is going to be on the left hip here of Munoz.
You know, I'd almost be ready. I'd blitz him, make him throw the ball quick, make Munoz get rid of that football.
3 down linemen. Tyron Walker likes to have an attacking style of defense, so we'll see here. They do bring a blitz, a delayed blitz. Munoz can't find anyone open downfield. Now just has to almost throw it away. There was a receiver in the vicinity, and Westgate's defense comes up with the stand. Viator was the intended receiver. Let's see if the punt team comes on here for Teurlings.
Yeah, I think you have to blitz him. You got to put pressure on him. Make the ball come out. Don't let him sit back there and have time to take his look at all his wide receivers. Make him have to get the ball out very quickly.
Offense is staying on the field here, Greg. What do you think about that?
I think that's because they don't feel threatened by the Westgate offense themselves. They think they got them where they can't throw the football. They're one-dimensional.
Could always try a pooch punt here too, and that's exactly what they do. And that's a really nice punt there by Munoz. Can they down it inside the 5? No, it's going to roll into the end zone. Good effort there by the Rebels, though.
Almost worked.
It almost did. It almost did. So 1st down and 10 at the 20. As the Westgate Tigers now, that was a big stop there. They got to keep it if you're Westgate. And Ryan Antoine, you want to keep this thing within a single possession.
Well, I think this is the possession you're talking about, stealing one. This is one you got to stop at midfield, got the ball back down, got really fortunate that it went into the end zone. So you're 1st and 10 from your 20. Be patient and run your offense.
Davian Jackson looks like he is going to take the snap here. Jackson will run to the left. Jackson breaks one tackle. Jackson stays on his feet. There is an injured Rebels defender down at the 20-yard line. There you take a look at Coach Antoine in his 14th season as the head football coach at Westgate. What a terrific job that he has done here. Westgate has been on a great run, too. As, man, they have been playing some outstanding football here. That win, we had an opportunity here on Yearview Game Time when they won the state championship in 2021. That win over Edna Carr, that's one of the more memorable games that I remember in my time calling games here in this state. That was impressive in the semifinals to go and beat them. Went 13-2 that year when they won a state championship. The following year they went 10-4. Last year 7-5 despite all the injuries. And this is a team, a program that every year now is they're right there. What's hurting them a little bit now is the fact that they are playing up in the highest classification when they truly, really are, probably should belong in the Division II, not Division I. 2nd down and short, and I think this is enough for a 1st down based on the forward progress.
Well, they haven't spotted. It looks like, yep, it's going to be a 1st down.
When they beat Lafayette Christian last week, that was the first win for the Tigers over the Knights in 5 tries. They rushed for 341 in that game. And that 1st down, another one, brought to you by Resources for Human Development. 1st and 10 at the 41. Gordon looking for some running room, and he is shut down. Great job there by Andrew Frugier, the 6'1" junior.
Frugier was not fooled by anything. Watch him play inside. He's reading the inside, sees the hesitation, and then just comes up underneath. The ball turns back to him, and there he is. Good play.
Coach Chapanche says he's been the most consistent player on defense, number 45 for the Teurlings Catholic Rebels. He has just picked up a tackle for a loss, so it's now 2nd down and 11.
I think you have to throw the ball if you Westgate. At some point, you have to raise up and throw it here.
Gordon weaving through a bunch of defenders. and gets to the 45, bringing up 3rd down and 6. Let's see if they try to throw it here.
If they don't throw the football and they pick up any yards on 3rd down, I think they're going for it on 4th down.
They might. They bring in a couple of smaller players, so they're going to stretch it out or spread it out here offensively. Maybe a pass out to the flat. Try to catch Teurlings a little bit off guard. Plenty of time on the play clock here as you see it ticking down. Davian Jackson will be the quarterback. Jackson will look for a block, and he's not going to get it. Good penetration. Sept Miller was one of the defenders that got there quickly. And the Rebels shut it down.
Yeah, I think you punt the ball away. You didn't pick up anything on 3rd down. I think you just punt it away and play defense. Try to pin them deep and play good defense.
So nice job there by Sept Miller. He's a junior. Coming in and making a tackle. All right. Jake Thibodeau to punt it away.
You know, Westgate's had some issues on the punt team. One was snapped over his head. One of them was kind of kicked it out of bounds and didn't get anything on it.
Decent punt here. Actually, it's going to turn out really good for Westgate. It's going to bounce out of bounds at the 19-yard line. So both teams have a possession to start the 3rd quarter and no scoring, Greg.
Well, if you're Westgate, you got to consider that a little bit of a win. But again, you've got to figure out a way to get some offensive stuff moving. And one way to do it is, can you get a big play on the defensive side? Can you get a turnover? Get something that really gives you a spark so you can get moving.
There you take a look at Drake and Gresham Perry, number 74 and number 76 for Teurlings Catholic. What they have been through, the tragic loss of their father, Adam Perry, the former LSU Tiger, who a renowned and respected orthopedic specialist here, suffered a heart attack back in March and died at the age of 49. And right now, these two boys, Gresham and Drake, playing for their father. Alan Faneca, the former great LSU offensive lineman, has stepped up to be a father figure. But, man, that is so tough for those two young kids. But they're going out there, and even though it's been difficult, they've stuck together. And they're just trying to have the best season possible. And, boy, it would be an unbelievable story if these two, Gresham and Drake, can lead Teurlings Catholic to a state championship. It's heartbreaking news to hear something like that. Pickup of a couple of yards there. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith. Derry?
Yes, the Westgate defense, even though they got a stop on the last possession, their defensive coordinator was not happy. They still are having communication issues, and I think they're fortunate to stop Teurlings Catholic on the last drive, because if not, they could have broken another long run. He was very adamant to make sure that they get the correct play calls in.
Hydration timeout. 21-13, a 3rd down coming up for the Rebels. This is Game Time on Your View.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a 4th branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it!
Boom! Hampton's hot.
Jeff Palermo, Greg Bowser, and Derry Beckwith with you in this district opener. Teurlings Catholic an 8-point lead, and they have the football at their own 24-yard line. 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Rebels. Alex Munoz, the quarterback for Teurlings Catholic, first-year starter, has been on the money when it comes to throwing the football. Play-action fake, gets rid of it quickly, and a nice grab by Celestine. That was beautiful by the junior wideout, who makes the catch, and that's enough for a 1st down.
Good job by Celestine. Watch him. He runs the defensive back off and then pulls up and stops. And when he stops, the ball's right there. knows exactly where he has to go for a first down and just sits down at the sticks and makes a good first down catch.
Now the ball's at the 30-yard line here for the Rebels. Been really impressed with Munoz and how he's directed this offense. And those runs up the middle are no longer there. Vilks burned Westgate in the first half by really running the ball right up the A-gap, but there's that man again, Davian Netter.
Watch out, Davian Netter's number 56. He just stops it at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. Big man just fills up the hole. That's the way you draw it up. Just fill it up inside.
Looks like a young Greg Bowser out there.
That's right, man, you know.
2nd down and 9. In motion, Celestine. You got to make sure you got somebody on him. Well, not only do you miss Antoine as your quarterback, but you miss him in these situations too, playing defense. Nice cutback by. Oh, boy. I thought Vilks was off for the races again. That was a great cutback there. He was brought down by Trandon Benjamin.
Watch the blocking up front here. Watch inside. And good vision. Cut it back and found the crease just one step away from breaking it.
We have a Westgate player. I think this is our guy, Netter. He's got a cramping issue here and is unable to get to the sideline. So they'll have to tend to him. We'll take a quick break. More coming up here from New Iberia.
West Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today. At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher. Turn it up, boy.
Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
Dane Chaponche and the Teurlings Catholic Rebels up by 8 with the football. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Second drive of the second half for the Rebels. We have yet to have any scoring here in this third quarter.
Well, if you're Teurlings, you got to be looking to take this, make this a long drive to wear out the defense and get it in the end zone and really put this game out of reach, I think, for a Westgate team who's really struggling offensively.
Another good cutback run by the ball carrier. Vilks have been really impressed with not only his speed, Greg, but the vision that he possesses. Just a really shifty runner. Heartbeat of the team. He's fearless, according to Coach Chaponche. And even though he's not big, he makes up for that lack of size with effort and attitude. He's a winner, according to Coach Chaponche.
I mean, you just watch him run. I mean, the cutback, the vision, the ability to see the hole and get in and out of the cuts is unbelievable.
2nd down and 6. Gets another chance here, but that time a defensive lineman, Dalen Doucette, for Westgate, got his hands on him as he approached the line of scrimmage. And another 3rd down coming up here for Teurlings.
Looked like he might be able to get away, but then there's no place for him to go. The senior running back's doing a good job tonight in getting the ball in and out of the hole and picking up some positive yards.
There you see Leonard Howard, another big dude on that defensive line for Westgate. They try to come up with a stop here. 3:30 to go in this third quarter. Keeping it as Munoz finds a little lane, bounces off the tackler. And he's all the way up to the 27-yard line. Big run by the quarterback, Munoz. And the Rebels are back in Westgate territory.
You know, the coaches talked earlier in the week about what a good athlete he was, how he was he could do a dual threat quarterback, his running ability and being able to run the ball. He did a good job.
Davian Jackson finally chased him down. And it's 1st down and 10 after that RHD. 1st down. for the Rebels. Calls his own number again and picks up about 5 or 6. First down's brought to you by Resources for Human Development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD.
Good job for Teurlings by running and keeping the ball on the ground, and it's also running that clock.
Yep. Second out and 5. Westgate's got to dig deep here. Running off the right side. Close to a first down there was Kason Evans.
Kason Evans, a junior running back there, just getting positive yards, puts him close to a first down.
Evans getting the carry again, and he's not going to get that first down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
I think you go for it on 4th down. 4th and about 1, you just keep hammering away. They got the defense on their heels now. They don't know who's running the football. You know, you got the quarterback, Munoz, keeping the ball. He's picking up positive yards. That's where I would go with the ball. Fake the dive inside and let him keep it.
Trying to run behind the Perry brothers. 4th down and 2. And timeout going to be called.
Coach Sponche wants to talk about this one a little bit. See if this is a big play in the game. If he picks up the first down, he's got a chance to put it in the end zone.
Let's go. Our next game here on the Game Time Yearview, Louisiana Game of the Week, presented by McDonald's. We'll be in the Baton Rouge area for the Central Wildcats and the Lafayette Christian Knights. A very interesting non-district matchup. Central, they can do some big things this year. Started off their season with a great win down in New Orleans against De La Salle. Lafayette Christian, they're playing down this year. They're back down to 2A. They're in Notre Dame's district, but they're still playing some of the big boys. And they'll have a tough test next Friday night. We look forward to that one. Jackson Furman is the quarterback for Central. He was involved in a car wreck right before the season opener. Missed the season opener, but Jackson Furman is back. He's committed to Nicholls State. Looking forward to seeing him. Not only was he hurt in that wreck, but so was their leading rusher, leading receiver. So it was a kind of a tough start there for David Semino and the Wildcats.
Well, he's getting him back. He's got his quarterback back, and that's a big, big plus for him.
Right. Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith with an ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry, what are you calling here on 4th and 2?
I think I would do some type of bootleg, get Munoz on a run. Obviously, the guy's really athletic. So if you get him on a move outside the pocket, give him an option to either run or pass the football. I think that's always a key, especially for these high school defenses. They don't really have eye discipline. So if you can get him out of the pocket, create something, I think that's the best thing to do. But it looks like they're going to run it up the middle.
I'm giving the ball to number 20. Let him pick up the yards.
And that's exactly what they do, and they got a first down and more. Touchdown, Rebels. Dougie Viltz again.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's running the ball tonight, crucial down, you got to give him the ball. Put the ball in his hands. I got to believe you. As a coach, you have to be thinking, you're looking at him run the ball. If you give him the football, he's going to get you 1 yard.
Yep.
And so he's the best ball carrier on the field for you right now. Using.
And again, running on that right side where Graham Perry and Drake Perry are lined up at right tackle and right guard. And those two guys did an outstanding job executing that play. Nobody from Westgate defensively could get to Viltz, who's into the end zone. And this was the big fear for Westgate, getting down by 2 scores when you're down with your third-string quarterback.
Yep.
But do you see 76 and 74? I mean, just creating all kinds of space there for Viltz.
You give the ball to your best ball carrier behind the best blockers.
Yep.
And you should be able to pick up at least 1 yard. In this case, they got in the end zone.
Let's take a look at our scoring drive. Brought to you by Hampton Automotive. Hampton has it. 12 plays, 81 yards. It took 5:49 off the clock.
It's going to make it tough for this Westgate team to score 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
And their defense is going to need to get another stop somewhere along the way as well. So Teurlings will kick it back off. Charlie Mader has it teed up. squib kick. Picked up at the 17. Trying to make something happen here is Simon. Simon turns upfield. Simon across the 50. There goes Simon. Simon says touchdown. Westgate back in this ballgame.
I think, I don't know why you don't just kick that ball out of the end zone. You try to score, kick it again. It's a good job by Simon picking it up and getting it back down the field. This Westgate team has a lot of fight in them. If I'm them right now, I might think about going for 2.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's going to kick the extra point here, and then the next score he'll go for 2.
Extra point try. And that's good. Or is there a flag? I think there was leaping, right? I don't think you can leap across the line of scrimmage like that.
You can't leverage a player, lean on a player to leap across. I think they may get an illegal procedure. Maybe someone on offense must have moved. One of the things, the rules is you can't use a lineman to jump up, but I don't think you can even land on one. So if it's half the distance, I think this is where you go for 2.
Well, then you're still down. If you don't make it, though, you're still down by 2 possessions. I don't know if you play that card just yet, but maybe they do because they got the offense out there. You better make sure you get it.
Well, they're going to. Westgate, I think, should agree to take the penalty on the kickoff.
Well, you could do that, and you try another onside kick.
Well, they're going to go ahead and do it here. They're going to try to get the 2-point conversion right here.
Tobias Gordon. Oh, there's movement for Westgate. Well,
yeah. Now you kick it.
Well, that foils that plan.
I don't think I like the idea of going for 2.
I don't like that. I don't like it either.
I take the penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah.
Take the extra point, and then you can hopefully pin them down deep in the territory.
I think I would have done that too. I don't like the idea of potentially you miss that 2-point conversion. The air comes out of the balloon because you're still down by 2 possessions. But they got to make this. And special teams have been shaky here today for Westgate. And that is good. Let's take a look at this kickoff return for a touchdown by Amari Simon.
Amari Simon does a good job of fielding this thing. He just dribbles it down there and he picks it up. Watch the blocking come into play here. Once he gets right out here, he gets a big block right there. Now it's just a matter of him outrunning everybody else. He got 1 block right there.
Jackson
Malvo through the block that sprung him, and once he got out there was nobody there. If you Westgate, you got to be ecstatic because you're down 1 touchdown and 2-point conversion, and your offense hadn't even got on the field.
No, but now your tired defense has got to get back out there. What was that last scoring drive? That was a 5-minute or so drive that Teurlings Catholic had in this heat. And there you look at Ryan Antoine trying to get that special teams unit fired up. So the special teams gets 1 back after giving up that bad snap that resulted in that first Teurlings touchdown.
Do you want to onside kick this one, Jeff?
No, I don't know. I'm kicking this one off.
Yeah, I'm kicking it off. I'll kick it through the end zone if I can.
Yeah, and Jake Thibodeau has the leg to do that. We've seen Thibodeau kick. He gets a nice high end over end kick, a lot of air time on it. See if he can't pin him back. It's going to be taken by Celestine. Celestine gets to the 20, and that's about it.
Good coverage. Good kickoff coverage by Westgate.
So Dougie Viltz and the Teurlings Catholic Rebels offense back on the field. 3 touchdowns tonight for number 20 and the Teurlings Catholic Rebels. Kason Evans is also an outstanding running back for them. A major talent, according to Sonny Chaponche. Or I keep saying Sonny, Dane Chaponche. Kason Evans, a phenomenal talent. Was banged up last year during his sophomore season, but he's healthy this year.
You know, surprisingly, none of these offenses have turned the football over yet.
Nope. 5-yard run there. As that was Viltz on the carry. Under a minute to go in this third quarter. Viltz had a 248-yard rushing game when Teurlings beat Sam Houston 48-21. And Dane Chaponche loves giving the ball to number 20. Came in with over 400 yards rushing. He might be approaching 200 yards here tonight if he's not over that. There's Kason Evans, who I was just talking about, and Coach Chaponche is really high on him as well. Every week he's getting bigger and better, more physical, super strong. He's got good balance, always moving forward. He picked up the first down. No, he didn't get the first down there.
Well, he'll take us into the third.
It will be the final play of the third quarter. We got 12 minutes to go. Can Westgate figure out how to stop Dougie Viltz in this Teurlings Catholic offense? We'll be back after this on Game Time.
If it weren't a drink from McDonald's, you wouldn't try this hard.
Right now, order any size frozen drink or iced coffee for just $1.99 or get a medium lemonade for $2.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I bet you there's no better feeling than celebrating a touchdown with a fancy touchdown dance. Why don't you show us a few moves for when we get big settlements?
You just got to get into it first. You got to run into it, and you got to... I can't do that.
Start putting that arm back there now.
We can call this the Diggity Shovel.
I like that, the Diggity Shovel.
Laborde Earls,
proud partners with Jamal Williams.
I love commercials.
For over 75 years, the Butcher AC family has helped cool South Louisiana's homes and businesses with high quality, dependable, and professional air conditioning, sales, and service. A clear line of communication with a true voice, gathering your information and dispatching it to our professional team gets you the quick response and comfort of a job well done.
Butcher, a name you can trust.
Right now, get rebates and special financing during Butcher's 75-year anniversary celebration.
It's hard to stop a train.
I'm fixing to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night, and best of all, make fond memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Gidry's Catfish. Find us online or in a grocery store near you, and get fixin' with Gidry's Catfish.
Back in New Iberia for Teurlings and Westgate, 28-20. Jeff Lorimer, Greg Bowser, and Derry Beck with you here tonight. A great night for high school football. Good football game here between two of the top teams in Class 4A. Teurlings 3-0, ranked number 1 in 4A. And nothing happening there for Viltz on the first down run. It was like Westgate was ready for him that time. In on the charge there was Evan Bryant for the Westgate Tigers. Evan Bryant, a returning starter. He's committed to Grambling, number 18.
Well, you watch him play the block and just come downhill and make an unbelievable stop right there.
Only the second year that Evan Bryant is playing football, and he's getting a lot better as the weeks go on. Second down and 10. Again for Viltz. Viltz, if he's able to turn the corner, and he cannot, picks up a couple of yards. Amari Simon in on the tackle there. Now it's 3rd and long here for Teurlings Catholic.
You know, Viltz almost looked like he wanted to throw that ball because he ran parallel to the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was going to just throw it.
I thought he was, it seemed like if he really tried to turn it upfield and get around that corner, he could go a long way, but you might be right. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, you watch him. See how flat he's running straight down the line of scrimmage, and then at the last second he tries to turn it up, but I thought he was going to throw the ball.
Great open field tackle there by Simon. The chant of defense from the Westgate faithful. Munoz, quick throw, pass complete, and breaking the tackle is Kate Cawthor, another big pickup. And the passing game, when they've needed it here tonight, it's coming through for Teurlings Catholic. Great job by Munoz, hitting Kate Cawthor.
It's a good job. He just waited to receive it on his break. and Koff was able to break a tackle and pick up additional yards. That was a big third down pickup, because if not, Teurlings was going to have to punt the ball back.
Cawthor is a good route runner. He's got good hands. He's got good speed. Showed it off there. Able to pick up the first down. We have a Westgate defender down on the ground. We'll take a break. Early in the fourth quarter, Teurlings has a fresh set of downs when we come back.
Game Time on Your View is brought to you by Hampton Toyota. Hampton has it. Make some epic memories this football season with cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that signature Cane sauce. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Resources for human development. Together we're better. Together we're RHD. Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Discover the Quest difference. Now with 2 locations in Lafayette and Opelousas.
Our dealership is named after our family, and that's not changing. Since 2001, Hampton Toyota's family has grown to include you, customers, and coworkers who we've worked with to build trust, commitment, and form meaningful relationships. At Hampton, just like in our name, Toyota comes second. And that's okay, because we're not just selling cars, we're a local family business from one generation to the next.
Papa, Hampton has it.
Boom! Hampton's hot.
All-State linebacker Speedy Lively was the man down for Westgate, but he was able to jog off to the sidelines. Alex Munoz has been money here tonight, over 120 yards passing, and when they've needed to turn to the passing game, he's been able to make the right reads and accurate throws here tonight. Good job by Alex Munoz, the first-year starter. And a big hole once again after he gets through the line of scrimmage, and there's just nobody there. Another long touchdown run for Dougie Mills, his 4th in the night.
You talk about a security blanket. I mean, you know, again, you're running that low-risk offense. Just turn around and hand it off. And when you give it to number 20, Biltz, not a lot of bad things happen.
Couple missed tackles there for the Westgate defenders, including Trandon Benjamin. And Viltz is having himself a night here tonight. This to make it a 15-point game. High snap, but the ball still goes through the uprights. And 35-20 is the score as Dougie Viltz once again.
I mean, this is just a simple handoff to him, and he does a good job of breaking the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and once he does that, there's nobody else back there.
Let's send it down to the sidelines for an ITI Technical College sideline report. Derry Beckwith, what do you see out of that blocking scheme that Teurlings Catholic has going on?
They're doing an outstanding job. The offensive linemen is getting great movement. They're all on one accord, and they're getting a good push. It's not that Westgate is out of position, but Dougie Viltz is making incredible ones. Anytime a running back can spin in the hole, that shows you his vision, his ability. And obviously he got to the second level. It was all she wrote.
But as a former linebacker, Derry, you got to hate it when you see that's twice now here for Dougie Viltz. As soon as he breaks through the line of scrimmage, there's nobody else there defensively for Westgate.
Maybe I need to go strap up and I'll show him how to do it. What you think?
There's a look at our scoring drive brought to you by Hampton Automotive. 6 plays, over 70 yards on the drive. That's going to end up in the end zone, an automatic touchback. And, well, Westgate is in trouble now, down 15 with 10:20 to go.
Well, they got to score quickly.
Let's look at our Guidry's Catfish catch of the day. Brought to you by Guidry's Catfish, feeding your family like ours since 1976. We haven't seen too many completions, but how about the freshman getting involved here tonight? Yeah, Caden Lancelin, who makes that big grab there, and that gave Westgate a little bit of energy when that play happened.
Caden said, who said we can't throw the ball?
But completions have been few and far between here tonight for Westgate, working on their third-string quarterback, alternating basically between Tobias Gordon and then also Davian Jackson, who are both in the backfield here. And here goes Gordon. Gordon's got a block. Ooh, he just stumbled. As, man, he's exciting to watch with the football in his hands.
I think he picked up the first down, but he almost broke. He tripped over his own man. You watch it here. He's waiting for him to throw the block right now. And as he makes his cut, he just trips over his own guy.
Jackson Malvo was blocking downfield. He did pick up the first down to the 30. Now they'll throw it out to the flat. Look out. Joshua John is going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Seth Miller. Also there defensively was Caden Chavis.
Well, watch, he just can't get enough on the ball. I mean, you're not used to throwing the football, so it hangs up for a minute. That gives the defensive back a chance to get there and get him down to the ground.
Chavis had a big interception last week. Bright future as he's just a sophomore. Multi-sport athlete, really good kid. They're going to try to throw again. Now it's kind of a quarterback draw as Gordon gets tossed down. That time Matt Davis made the tackle. Davis is a fast defensive lineman for Teurlings Catholic. And it's a 3rd and long here for Westgate, but down by 15. Might be 4-down territory, even though they're at their own 33-yard line.
I think it's if they pick up any yards on this play, that's going to determine if they go for it on 4th down.
Nowhere the rondo for Gordon. They tried to run a little up-tempo, catch Teurlings off guard. It did not work.
Yeah, and I think you have to punt it away. If you're Westgate, you got to punt the ball. As much as you hate to, you got to punt the ball away.
Carter Macha was one of the defenders there to bring him down, and Westgate does bring the punt team on, and this one's slipping away from the Tigers. Back to return for Teurlings Catholic, it's Caden Chavis. Jake Thibodeau ready to punt, low snap, just got it off. On one hop, Chavis is going to get taken down to the turf. That first Westgate defender there was Shaden Lee. Great job by that young man to get down there and make a tackle. And Teurlings Catholic has the football back up by 15.
I think you better off just let this one roll. Don't pick it up. He did, and it cost him.
Tell you, this Westgate team has played hard here tonight, and you knew they would. They always do.
They're a little short-handed, but they kept swinging at him, and they keep plugging away at it.
But this is a really good Teurlings Catholic football team.
Yeah. Westgate's they've scored any way you can think of, except they just hadn't had a turnover. Now it's time for them to try to get a strip here and get the ball back.
Kason Evans is the running back. Viltz needs a breather after 4 touchdown runs. Here's Evans right up the middle. Another long touchdown run developing here for the Rebels. Nobody's going to catch him. Kason Evans into the end zone. And it's now 41-20 Teurlings.
I think this Westgate defense looks exhausted. You take a look at that play, and it's a perfect example of the defense just being flat out of gas.
They gave it their all, but Teurlings Catholic just keeps coming at you. Throwing body punch after body punch and a few haymakers. And what a 1-2 punch for this Teurlings Catholic team as far as their running backs go. The extra point is good. And this is your hot, cool play of the day, brought to you by Butcher AC, Butcher Air Conditioning, a name you can trust.
But you watch, nobody touches him until he gets to the second level, and after that, he's gone.
Give a lot of credit, too, to that Teurlings Catholic offensive line, opening up some holes here tonight for both Viltz and Evans, giving Munoz time to throw the football. 221 yards rushing here tonight for Dougie Viltz and the 4 touchdowns. And then when Munoz has been called on to throw, he's been really good. 7 first downs through the air tonight for Teurlings Catholic.
Well, Dougie Viltz takes a breather on the sideline, and all of a sudden Evans comes in and breaks a long run for a touchdown.
Good strong end-over-end kick into the end zone, and well, right now for Westgate, you're just it's a long mountain. It's a big hill to climb at this point.
8 minutes ago, you're down 22 points, and you don't have anybody to throw the football.
Yep. Well, Coach Antoine, he's not going to give up. That's for sure. He's going to keep fighting. Of course, the team mono is Wamp. There's 4 meanings for that. WAMP. We all make plays. We all make paper. We all make progress, and we ain't most people. So that is something that they have really gotten behind, that kind of a motto. It was a big theme for them when they won the state championship a few years back. Running hard here for about 7 yards, as Westgate brings in Joshua John, a sophomore, to run the football. You can just do only so much, though, offensively here for Westgate. You're missing your main guy, and Jaboree Antoine, who's got a knee brace on, was not aware of his injury prior to the start of this game. And I'm not exactly sure when we might see Jaboree Antoine again. And remember, he missed 7 weeks last year with a broken collarbone, and based on that brace that he's got on his knee, it might be a multi-week injury for him.
Maybe a while,
Yeah.
I mean, he's listed as just an outstanding athlete.
Yeah.
He's a very good defensive back as well.
Yeah, he's a terrific 3-year starter at quarterback. Jordan Doucette was the starting quarterback for Westgate when they won the state championship.
It's 4th down. I think if Westgate, you got to punt the ball away.
4th down and about 4.
Well, I think by not punting the ball away, you're saying, hey, this is the drive.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the offense on the field at this point. Got nothing to lose. But then you also have the hydration timeout coming up here. I know they got to hurry up, but
you have to snap it before the.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yep, you're right. Now you got 4 seconds on the clock here, so you got to make something happen. And now finally a timeout's going to be called by Westgate.
This is a valiant effort by this Westgate team. I mean, they came in really short-handed.
Let's send it down to Derry Beckwith with an ITI Technical College sideline report. What have you seen from this Teurlings Catholic defense, Derry?
I think they're doing a great job in their run fits. Obviously, anytime your starting quarterback goes out the game, your whole game plan does change. And so what they're doing, obviously, is stacking the line of scrimmage. They're getting the extra guy in the box. And they're getting 11 guys to the football. I'm extremely impressed with their inside linebacker, number 5, Broussard. He's been making plays all night. But they're playing great team defense. They're communicating well, and they're flying around and having a great time.
Yeah, this is a very solid Teurlings. I don't see a major weakness with this Teurlings Catholic team.
Well, I think they gave up a couple of big runs early on, but other than that, they're pretty solid up front defensively. They move very well. They run to the football on defense. And the key to them is they've got that offensive line that can really just wear you down.
Yep, right.
And so if they don't turn the ball over and put themselves in a bad spot offensively, they'll be tough to beat.
349 yards rushing tonight for Teurlings Catholic. So they keep the offense on the field on this 4th down. 4th down and 4. And they're going to throw it. Gordon finds a man, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. Tavius Gordon delivers the ball to Jackson Malvo, and the drive continues here for Westgate. And that brings us to the hydration timeout. So Westgate trying to stay in this thing. Tavius Gordon. And a 1st down for Westgate.
Today, it's not just how much you make that counts, it's how much you keep. At Egan Insurance, protecting your wealth is our major priority, one that comes with a promise that no matter what threatens your wealth, accident, theft, fire, or illness, we'll be there to protect your financial assets, just as we have for more than 60 years. Egan Insurance. How those who've made it, keep it.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Coach Dane Chaponche in his his 8th season as the head coach for Teurlings Catholic. Rebels 5 minutes and 58 seconds away from going 4-0. It would be the 3rd time with Coach Dane Chaponche as the head coach that the Rebels have started the season 4-0. They started 7-0 in 2022, and they also started 4-0 in 21. Gordon under pressure got away from the first attempted tackler and got back to the line of scrimmage somehow. In the 2022 season, that was the year that they lost to St. Thomas More 35-30, and then they ended up losing to Lafayette Christian in the semifinals. And when you look at their schedule here coming up now for Teurlings Catholic, it's very manageable. They got Como coming up. They host Rain, and they host North Vermilion, and they go out of district to play East Ascension, who's got a new head coach and looks to be a down season for the Spartans. The November 1st game, that's the one they got circled, though. That's when they'll be taking on St. Thomas More. And I mean, the possibility, you got to take it 1 week at a time, Greg, but you look at it, there's a chance they can run the table here in the regular season.
Well, I think if they do that, you can't overlook anybody. You're right. You got to take it one game at a time, and you want to be playing your best ball when you get into the end of the season and start to get to that playoff run. We'll see how many players Coach Chaponche decides to rest as they get down that stretch.
Teurlings Catholic won a state championship in baseball this past spring. And that always, when you ever see that, team wins a state championship in baseball, a lot of times that carries over to the following season in football. Next week, speaking of baseball, Central's got always a great baseball program. And we'll be watching them play some football with Coach David Simino, as they'll be taking on Lafayette Christian. That game is going to get underway at 7 o'clock, like they all do on a Friday night in Louisiana. And we look forward to having you here with us once again. Game Time, presented by McDonald's. So 2nd down and 9. All kinds of pressure. Gordon gets out of there. Does he run hard or what? Don't tell him that they're down by 22 points.
Yeah, he just, pressure comes, he just takes off and does what he does best, run with the football. We've got a Westgate player down on the field.
An offensive lineman who is in pain.
Various Gordon's going to be a tired young man at the end of the night.
This is Vercarlo Charles, who is down on the ground. Well, now it'll be 3rd down and 2 when we resume action.
We're right at the 5-minute mark in this game. And I tell you, 42-20, if you watch the teams play, you never know that Westgate was 1 short-handed and 2 was that far behind.
Yep. For Westgate, they get St. Thomas More next week. And they got St. Martinville, and they'll play Rain, North Vermilion, Northside, and Como is how the schedule looks for Westgate down the stretch here. Let's take a look at our defensive play of the game, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Progress and performance that never stands still. And how about that great defensive play there? Amari Simon, we saw him with that long punt return long kickoff return for a touchdown. And there he's making a play on defense.
And if he doesn't make that tackle, that quarterback's gone.
Yeah, right. No turnovers in this game. And we've seen very few penalties. Both of these teams, man, they were double digits in penalties in their victories last week. And they played a fundamentally sound, or at least disciplined game when it comes to that. Uh-oh, this could be a huge loss, and it will be. Great job by the defender to shake off his block and make the tackle for Teurlings Catholic. That was Grayson Fontenot.
Grayson Fontenot did a good job of stringing it out, not getting caught on the fake. Watch him outside. Because if he's not there, there's nobody outside of him to make this tackle.
Good job by Grayson. Seen him make a couple of nice plays here tonight for Teurlings. And now, since it's 4th down and 12, Westgate has to bring the punt team on with a little over 4 minutes to go. This will be the 3rd straight win for Teurlings over Westgate.
You know, if I'm Teurlings, I put a guy back, but I'm telling him, don't field the punt.
Yeah. You know, usually for Westgate, Brian Leon has been punting for them. And, of course, Leon went down with the injury in the first quarter, so they've been relying a little bit more on Jake Thibodeau.
We're going to get a delay of game against Westgate here. Took a little bit too long trying to decide what to do. And they get the delay of games. That would cost them 5 yards. But again, if you're Teurlings, I'm not sure you want to field this punt. Just don't take a chance on fumbling it or causing something bad to happen.
Caden Chavis. Oh, man, almost blocked. And it's going to be down. I tell you, coming off the edge here, Kaleb Daniels has had a chance to block a few punts here tonight.
That's the second one. I thought he had it.
Yeah. Teurlings will start at its own 40-yard line. Dane Chaponche will look to just try to run the football here a few times. Coach Ryan Antoine's team, though, they got to make some tackles. I mean, we've seen these last 2 touchdown runs for Teurlings Catholic by both Viltz and Evans. Once they break through the line of scrimmage, there's nobody there. And no linebackers, no safeties, no nothing. And now there's a new quarterback in here, so you can tell that this is A.J. Price. We were telling you about him earlier tonight. Munoz beat him out. So A.J. Price still will get an opportunity to run the offense, and they got a new running back in there as well, and the same results. That's Jack Letchworth, a senior running back, who got 9 yards there as he ran off the left side.
Well, Teurlings Catholic, they're going to bring in some of their underclassmen, get them some experience at this level. But if you're Westgate, Jeff, you got to really think about, where do you go from here? You've got to fix the problem at quarterback.
Yeah, right. Off to the left side, and Letchworth again. You just wonder, is there somebody on the JV level that you try to? You got a tough game coming up next week against St. Thomas More, and you got to have some sort of a passing attack.
Yeah, and then these teams are so good. You're going to give them a whole week to prepare for you not having a quarterback. So a team like St. Thomas More is going to be ready for that defensively, and they'll make some adjustments.
Right. You're going up against a great coaching staff over there at St. Thomas More with Jim Hightower. Under 3 minutes to go in this one. Maybe a few yards there as Teurlings Catholic just and run out the clock here basically. Letchworth is a senior. 2nd down and 6 here for Letchworth. Came into the game 6 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Antoine calling a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. He's going to keep coaching to the final whistle here tonight.
Yeah, I think we'll give them some extra encouragement.
Yeah.
They've played well tonight. I mean, a little short-handed.
I think you're right, though. Just ran out of gas. That one long drive that Teurlings had, really, the first scoring drive when they had the ball for first scoring drive of the second half, where they had the ball for about 5 minutes. I don't know if Westgate's defense has ever been the same since that drive.
No, because what happened to them, Westgate even scored quickly.
Yep.
They had a kickoff return that they scored on, and all of a sudden the defense was back on the field. Yeah. And then they had another big play, and the defense was back on the field again.
Yep. Rummel stays undefeated. They defeated John Curtis tonight 14-7. And De La Salle defeated St. Charles Catholic 10-0. The Comets got a couple losses this season. They had such a great run there at St. Charles Catholic. I think 5 straight trips to the state championship game, winning 3 of them and losing the last 2. Coach Antoine is barking at the white hat here. He's not happy about something.
I think he's not, and I think just the overall way the game went tonight, he's just a little agitated by it.
Westgate offensively just couldn't do anything here in the fourth quarter. 27 yards of offense in the fourth quarter for the Tigers. Another run for Letchworth. A lot of pushing and shoving. This is where, for Westgate, they're going to fall to 2-1. Frustrating loss. District opener. You get Teurlings Catholic at home, the team that's ranked number 1 in Class 4A.
I think this one's, I think Teurlings will better run out the clock if they pick up a first down here. There's certainly no hurry to run a play.
Yep, 3rd down and 3.
That should do it.
Yep.
We're going to get a personal foul.
Now that's Gresham Perry, the Tulane commitment.
And just a little bit over aggressive.
The Perry family with Adam, his dad, played LSU football. His mother threw discus and shot put at LSU. How about that? Last year Drake Perry ended up starting on defense last year. They moved him to offense to join his brother. And they've been able to, as I mentioned, despite the tragic loss of their father, they've been able to stay focused and determined here. And, Coach Chaponche was talking about how the fact that both of them play on the same side of the line, it means a lot to each other, and it also means a lot to their families. And then also to have Alan Faneca, the great Hall of Fame offensive lineman, to be kind of a surrogate father during this tough time is great as well.
Well, the Teurlings offensive line has had a great night.
Yes, well, we saw a great offensive line last week in Rummel. And I don't know which one's better. They're both pretty good between Rummel and Teurlings.
And both teams, Rummel and Teurlings, both have 2 good running backs. Not just one, they've got 2 good running backs.
There you take a look at the 2 brothers. Be interesting to see what happens with Drake. Drake is younger than Gresham as far as recruiting goes, but that's where you have Alan Faneca involved to kind of help with that recruiting. We've been telling you next week we'll be at Central, but the game of the week for the LHSAA network will actually be on a Saturday night, as it'll be Edna Carr taking on St. Aug at 7 o'clock. Remember, no LSU game next Saturday. So if you're looking for something to watch on a Saturday night, a week from Saturday on the LHSAA network, you can check out a great matchup between St. Augustine and Edna Carr. And there might be a little bit of...
That's a game. That's always a game, man. Whatever they play, that's a big one.
And then, of course, St. Aug's terrific defensive lineman, Jakeem Stewart, is now on Edna Carr's team. So that adds a whole... He's ineligible, but he's there. It adds a whole ball of wax to it as well. St. Aug's got a couple of terrific wide receivers. And, Edna Carr's great every year. And this is a great Teurlings Catholic team. A 4-0 start for Coach Dane Chaponche. As the Rebels, we heard about the offensive line. We knew they were pretty good, and they were outstanding here tonight. Very few penalties here. The 2 coaches are going to shake hands at midfield. Give credit to Westgate for trying to stay in this football game, but eventually just kind of ran out of gas, as Greg described, in the second half. Teurlings Catholic is 4-0. We'll have more coming up from New Iberia. This is Game Time on Yearview, Louisiana, presented by McDonald's.
I'm fixin' to celebrate in flavor, be king of grill night, and best of all, I'm fixin' to make fun memories. Bump your backyard socials up a notch with Gidry's Catfish. Our U.S. farm-raised tender Louisiana catfish will turn your grill nights into thrill nights. So what are you waiting for? Make tonight a good one. Make tonight a Gidry's night. Find us online or in a grocery store near you. And get fixin' with Gidry's Catfish.
At Resources for Human Development, we understand that navigating the challenges of this world can be daunting. That's why we've partnered with New Orleans' Health Department to launch the Mobile Crisis Intervention Unit, a fourth branch of emergency response. A team of behavioral health professionals will respond immediately to your location to help you resolve your crisis. In our first 6 months, we've responded to more than 1,300 behavioral health crisis calls from the community, and we're just getting started. Learn more at rhd.org.
Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you in Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today.
This time in the car gives me a few extra minutes with these two.
They said a car loan with your credit wasn't possible, but you found a new road to get there.
These little moments mean everything to me.
Hope makes it happen. With credit-building resources and personal support, Hope Credit Union's tailored loan solutions make your life better, no matter your income or credit. Brighter futures begin with Hope.
At Nick's Refrigeration, more goes into servicing your AC and heating system than you realize.
Go! That's it. Good job. Good job.
Bring it higher. Turn it up, boy.
Get it done.
Good morning, Nick's Refrigeration.
Nick's Refrigeration, we are ready to serve your AC heating needs.
The Teurlings Catholic Rebels now 4-0 after taking down the Westgate Tigers here tonight, 42-20. Our player of the game brought to you by Raising Cane's, One Love. And what a huge game tonight for the senior running back, Dougie Viltz.
Dougie, outstanding game tonight running the football. Over 200 yards rushing. What was the key for you guys tonight?
We've been practicing all week. We've just been running the ball. We told our linemen to finish the blocks and I'll do the rest.
Obviously at home, people want to see your size. They think obviously with your size and stature, it's not really good for success. What will you tell people at home about your size and your physicality and your mindset going to every game?
I'm small, but I run fast. I run hard. And my heart is no fear.
Absolutely. Look, man, you got a wonderful nickname. My nickname is Dougie as well. So obviously, that's your real name. Well, look, man, you have no choice but to be successful, man. We're proud of you. Good game, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
And now let's take a look at our drive of the game. Brought to you by Trapp Chevrolet. Trapp Chevrolet in Houma, where we're always on your side. It was still a one-possession game at this point. This was that long drive we were talking about here towards the end of the fourth quarter. I think it really weared down the Westgate defense. Good run there by Alex Munoz. There's more of Dougie Viltz. He ran around the right end. That was a fourth down play, right?
Fourth down play.
Yeah, and that made it a two-possession game at that point. It was 28-13. Westgate would actually return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown, but that was it for the Tigers as far as highlights tonight. We'll take another break, continue with more from New Iberia as the Rebels are still undefeated.
I've been driving Mercedes for 15 years or longer. I believe you can get all the bells and whistles in a C-Class. I just like the size. The size fits me.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
It's this simple. You have a car and Trapp Chevrolet wants to buy it from you at absolute top dollar, and you don't even have to buy from us. It's true. We want to buy your vehicle. You won't believe how much your vehicle is worth. Just trade your vehicle in or take the cash. And while you're here, choose from our selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, crossovers, and sport utility vehicles at special savings. Find the new Chevy perfect for you and your lifestyle. So hurry in today at Trapp Chevrolet in Houma.
The Baton Rouge Clinic has been taking care of you and your children for over 75 years.
From East Ascension to West Feliciana, from Zachary to Denham Springs, we'll keep you in the game.
From your future stars to your weekend warriors, we'll keep you in the game.
From primary care to urgent care, we'll keep you in the game.
The physicians at the Baton Rouge Clinic want to wish you a healthy and successful season.
The truth is, accidents happen, and they always seem to happen at the worst possible times. It's never convenient to be injured or have unexpected medical bills. You see, the problem is we can't prepare for an accident because we never know when they're going to happen. They happen when we leave
As a personal injury attorney, I see every single day how injured someone can be in an accident. So that's why I've been so impressed with the features that the GLC has to offer.
Lease and save at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Offer ends September 30th.
Teurlings Catholic victorious tonight over Westgate 42-20. And it was an impressive performance here by the Rebels. Jeff Palermo and Greg Bowser had to call it for you tonight. Teurlings Catholic, just a solid team. I mean, they didn't make many mistakes, no turnovers, no penalties. Really the only blemish was when they missed that field goal, right? Yeah. When they got all the way inside the 5, did not score. That was really the only time where it didn't go right for Teurlings Catholic tonight.
No, Teurlings a good football team. I mean, they come out there solid. They like to run the football, and they got this big offensive line where they just pound you. They like to run that, what I call low-risk offense, turn around, hand it off. And they got 2 really good running backs who showed tonight what they can do. Just didn't make any mistakes. And for Westgate, unfortunately, they got behind the 8 ball when they lost their quarterback, and that was it.
That really was it. They tried. They gave it a heck of an effort here tonight. Let's take a look at your highlights and stats from this game. Brought to you by Laborde Earls Injury Attorneys. Call all 7s or visit onmyside.com. Yeah, Westgate battled here tonight, but also very impressed with the quarterback for Teurlings Catholic. Alex Munoz hitting Nick Celestine there. And then we saw this a couple times here tonight, just long touchdown runs. This one here from Dougie Vills, who rushed for over 200 yards tonight.
Dougie Vills did a good job just going inside, finding the crease, and then once he gets in the secondary, as you mentioned, there's nobody there. But again, this Westgate team did not give up at all. They kept battling back and kept battling back. I think you've got to be really excited about that. But, just when you got Munoz throwing the ball like this and receivers catching and you're running the football, everything's clicking.
Yep, and then, Tobias Gordon tried to do what he could for Westgate running the football, but Vilts, another long touchdown run here tonight. I mean, that was a big issue. I know that's something that they're going to try to figure out. Here's a gaping hole here for Kason Evans, and he gets in on the act as far as the long touchdown runs go.
Kason Evans, nobody catching me. I mean, just an all-around good night for this Teurlings Catholic team. They would have to do. You look at the stats, and it bears it out. I mean, first downs, it's not a big, overwhelming difference, but you look at the total offense, that's what gets you 490 yards of total offense for Teurlings and 241 for Westgate. That's the big difference right there. Teurlings was able to control things.
Well, whenever you're able to double your opponent in total yardage, that's impressive. And then the 367 rushing yards. Dane Chaponche says, hey, we're not as balanced as I would like, but what they're doing is working, so they're not going to change it.
No, they're not going to change it. And the other thing he's got going for him is he's playing really good, solid defense. Yep. If your defense comes along, you don't have to throw the ball very much, and you don't have to worry about some of the inconsistencies you might have on offense.
So that does it for us here from New Iberia. Teurlings Catholic improves to 4-0. For everyone involved in the broadcast, Terry Beckwith, Greg Bowser, I'm Jeff Palermo. We'll see you next Friday night at Central. Have a great weekend, everyone.
It's this simple. You have a car and Trap Chevrolet wants to buy it from you at absolute top dollar, and you don't even have to buy from us. It's true. We want to buy your vehicle. You won't believe how much your vehicle is worth. Just trade your vehicle in or take the cash. And while you're here, choose from our selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, crossovers, and sport utility vehicles at special savings. Find the new Chevy perfect for you and your lifestyle. So hurry in today at Trap Chevrolet in Houma.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call Gaucher Amade?
Because when you're hurt, you need money.
We got a client who needed hand surgery after a car wreck, $200,000.
We're Gaucher Amade, your go-to lawyers.
Call 222-2222. The truth is, accidents happen, and they always seem to happen at the worst possible times. It's never convenient to be injured or have unexpected medical bills. You see, the problem is we can't prepare for an accident because we never know when they're going to happen. They happen when we leave
Why should I call Gaucher Amade? Because when you're hurt, you need money.
We got a client who cracked their sternum in a car wreck, $197,000.
We're Gaucher Amade, your go-to lawyers.
Call 222-2222.
Fall has arrived, and with it, a chilling invitation to a spooktacular celebration. Fall Fright Fest on your view. From classic horrors to modern-day frights, we've got something to scare the living daylights out of you. Prepare yourselves for a frightfully good time with a curated collection of films that'll leave you haunted long after the credits roll. Enjoy a spine-tingling October with Fall Fright Fest on your view.
This is Sam, the cooking guy. All right, here we are. It's segment number 3 on Flat Chicken Day. There's a piece of chicken cooking right here beside me. You've already seen how that goes down, so you don't need to, I need to start from scratch on that. What I do need to start from scratch on is